I'm starting now.
Certainly.
Is that last
Alright.
week there was obviously no session, because, well, we had a session, we streamed the session. So those who watched the stream got a bonus session, I guess. Basically, we went round a corner, we fought something, and then Discord exploded.
Yeah.
It was out for like, I don't know, like several hours, I think.
It's all Google's fault.
All Google's fault. And yeah, so we literally just fought some bugbears, some goblins, and an intellect devourer. So yeah, that was pretty much it.
We are just about to have a rest here, if we can, before we ended.
Yes. Do you want me to describe this room again, or do you remember how it looked?
Please describe the room again.
Yeah.
I'm very bad memory.
Alright. Well, it is the same, like, mortared stone and tiles as the rest of the dungeon. There are alcoves here that seem to either they should have contained like stonework or something, but the walls are actually completely barren. Instead, in the middle of the room, there's a huge obelisk. It's 14 feet tall. It's seemingly made of some dark rock, maybe granite. And on top of it is an enormous lidless eye that's facing south. The bottom half of the obelisk is covered with dirty, bloody handprints.
And what is this obelisk like? Is it in for a certain? Is there certain significance to it? Is it like attributed towards something religious or?
Sounds like a check of some kind to me.
Sure. What kind of check?
Well, in what way do you wish to investigate the obelisk?
I mean, what does a cursory glance give an inclination towards, like a religious or like a magical?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I'll roll religion. 20, natural 20.
A nat 20. Well, there are certainly religious cults, etc., that worship, like there are beholder cults, for example, that could have such a symbolism. Although Beldas couldn't like. There is something a bit off about this. It is not a deity that he would necessarily recognize. It might be a beholder cult. It might be some sort of dedication to a demon prince or something of lesser character that he's not completely familiar with. The handprints and the detritus around the obelisk would suggest that maybe the goblins have tried sacrificing to it for some reason.
Okay.
But there is no like inscriptions really or anything like that. There's just this lidless eye on top of the granite obelisk. Normally on an altar, there would be, a lot of iconographies or like runes and fresques and like other things of religious significance. This is quite barren, and he would think that it might hold some other sort of significance, perhaps. Although, when he inspects it closer, there is a faint trace of something. It's like, yeah, there's a feeling, an air around this obelisk.
Okay.
He gets the
Cursed
sense.
and it's now forever stuck to your head.
Yeah.
Oh!
Well,
He gets the sense of loss, cold, loneliness, like bottomless abyss, and confusion, and fear, like being hunted or something like that.
Okay.
But also like a slight protective feel, something like a mother would feel towards her children, perhaps. It is an odd mix.
Okay, that is very conflicting. Yeah, Beldas shudders a bit as he feels that wash over him. Kind of steps back a bit. Says, well, I can't divine what this is for, but not good, I would say.
If Indiana Jones has taught me anything, it's that historians always know everything. Beldas has looked into the obelisk, like trying to understand like its religious purpose, but perhaps there are like some other stories, some other reports and such of these things having appeared elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be a possible venue of investigating this?
Certainly.
With a history check, I assume.
Fine.
Snapping Branch did want to peek around the corner really quick. Then would
Yeah.
return to help investigate for sure. No, these mysteries are exactly up her alley. 24.
All right. Let me check something quickly. Because I am looking for something.
If a character tries to divine the deeper meaning, turn to the Permanent Madness section on page 300.
There's a special table.
Halldamir, it's been way too long. I miss your voice, man. I just
Thank you,
realized that I haven't
Abby.
heard you in a while.
You heard me last
Yeah.
weekend.
Still too long, though.
Halldamir has a very pleasant voice.
I've been told this a lot recently.
Well,
I didn't think
Well,
I had that nice of a voice, but apparently I have a
well,
nice
there you
voice.
go. Yeah. All right. Snapping Branch inspects the obelisk. Well, it's. I mean, she thinks back to all the stories she's heard, all the rumors, things like that. She is fairly certain that she has heard stories about these statues, or at least these eyes, being a fixture or something that exists around Undermountain. The rumor has it that these might be like surveillance posts that Halldamir himself once upon a time could use to survey parts of the dungeon. Sort of like a watch post or like a nexus from which he could cast his influence. People say that sleeping next to one of these would open you up to Hallister's thoughts and his own dreams. And there are rife with stories who, like, people have slept in rooms with these obelisks and they're woken up and like one of the parties missing or gone mad or like trying to kill them during the night, stuff like that. They are considered a very bad omen by dungeon delvers of Undermountain. This is all stories, of course.
Yeah, she'll basically ramble about those stories like out loud as she's thinking, before like giving the eye like a nice wave. Hello.
The eye is impassive.
Yorgos looks at it, slightly uncomfortable now. He didn't know he was being watched. Quick slowly moves his finger out of his nostril. Yeah. Discreetly.
It was up to the knuckle. It was.
whoa.
There is suddenly a change in the room. It is as if a cold wind blows through the dungeon, and something steps out from behind the obelisk. It is a female figure. She is translucent and quite wavering. And she seemingly has stepped out just from behind the obelisk, or like out from it, perhaps. She looks around, sort of searching almost, looking for something, and then she turns towards you. Oh, I thought I felt something. She glides closer. Part of her like rippling through the obelisk itself.
Ugh.
Puts a steadying hand on Belda's shoulder, holding his halberd. He'll protect this dwarf. It's a very valuable dwarf.
As the ghost gets to there, Beldas, perhaps reassured by Yorgos, belts out a no further. Stay there.
The woman stops, her eyes wide for a second in surprise or fear, and then she looks at Bellas and says, "You are strange. You are not like the others. There are more that walk with you, behind you and through you. I see them. So many. And all looking on you. What a terrible burden you bear." She shakes her head solemnly.
How? How do you see them?
She hovers a little bit and she says, "This place was once part of a dwarven hold, ancient, powerful, until he came, the Black Cloak. The..." She stops, trailing off. "Perhaps you have connection to this place, dwarven wizard, carrier of spirits." She hovers slightly.
Perhaps, but why have you come to me?
"I felt something. Something I've not felt in a long while. It's odd. Many creatures dwell within these halls, but you are somehow different. There is strangeness and uniqueness. An escapee from the clutches of the mad wizard. A young woman seeking her fortune and destiny. An old dwarven sailor who has found light in darkness, and then, well, the prince of darkness itself." She looks towards Eleran Moonstar as she says this, and then her eyes snap back to Beldas, and then an heir of an ancient line. It is... the portents are quite special, I must say. And he has not seen you yet. He has not sensed you, I think. Curious. Listen, I cannot stay long. His gaze searches, and I need to be careful here. But if you would take advice from one such as me..." She closes her eyes slightly and says, "Your journey is a perilous one. It is a dark descent. But to the south of here, there is a secret passage. Beyond awaits the two-headed king. Look to his left. There you will find the path to destiny." And then she will slightly float off and just vanish into nothing.
Beldas kind of realizing he was holding his breath, lets one out shakily and says, well, that was certainly a portent, so to speak.
Yorgos will look behind him at the Prince of Darkness, lurking there.
His gaze is troubled and narrowed eyes, as if he's not quite sure what to make of all of it.
Snapping Branch shrugs and then says, "The stories do usually describe ghosts as being overly dramatic, and I do agree with them."
That said, we should not forget what we have been told. Let us continue from this cold place.
If there was a secret passage to the south, wouldn't we have found it?
Perhaps,
Left of
perhaps
the
not.
Two-headed king. Have we found anything that could be considered a two-headed king?
Not yet, but there have been places down south that we haven't fully gone through yet, so who knows?
Certainly plenty of exploration left to do here.
Mhm.
There's other things we are looking for too. A bronze face.
Yes. Well, either way, we are going north, so to speak. Let us keep going north for now.
No, it's not. If the dwarf is saying it's probably reasonable.
Probably.
You know, he can make magic. He can heal what's broken. You know, some say that there are dwarves out there who learn how to walk on water. He thinks. Maybe he heard that once.
Eleran's eyes can't help but linger to the south, though, as everyone walks past.
Doug sort of walks over, looks over his shoulder as if, like, trying to guess what he's looking at, So stares for a moment and sort of snorts and keeps going.
I suppose he can't even see down there.
No, it's completely dark.
Just looks straight into darkness. And Eleran's like looking at the wall. Taerin, you shall come with me today. The bestest of buddies. Actually,
Taerin stays in the back anyway, so it makes
someone
sense.
else take Taerin. I should probably take the lead. Worked out.
I mean, you say that, but what happens if you find a trap? Can you, like, find things? Actually, your best perception is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you do your job, please?
Can you even scout, brah?
Ranger,
the
can you
Ranger
scout?
Scout. Yeah.
The invisible ranger scout.
I mean, it's one thing to be undetected by things that can see, but traps rarely rely on visions. That's sort of my point.
I have good wisdom, as it turns
Go
out.
ahead.
Is investigation a thing? I don't think so, right?
Investigation is a
It
thing.
is, yeah.
It is, yeah.
It's an intelligence check.
What's the difference between...
It's perception to spot something hidden. It is investigation to understand how something works, like a trap or some sort of
Okay.
mechanic.
So you can see some tripwire, but you would have to investigate to find out what...
what it does,
does,
and how
okay.
it works.
All right.
And if you succeed on the investigation check, you can do a dexterity check with thieves tools proficiency to try to disarm it. So it's like a 3-step process.
As a barbarian, I have an ability that makes it easier for me to just smash my head into a trap.
Oh,
So that's, I will,
the
this should be
Yorgan
our
trap
last
solution.
ideally. Seeing what I've seen in this dungeon, I'm not really confident with that.
Dude.
Well, now that Eleran is ahead, I'm feeling very confident about traps.
And you just hear a snapping sound and then like down the corridor.
We'll never find him. Well, I guess I'm carrying light, but
You would find me eventually.
Or maybe there's like a snare trap that drags him like 40 feet up and we can never physically see him.
I'm lost
Well,
forever.
he can make sounds.
maybe you could investigate it, and then
Yeah.
This
I'm
rope
just
will
gonna,
keep you
just gonna
forever.
Taerin, he usually like stays like 10 feet behind Yorgos.
Yeah.
Yeah, the vanguard.
He usually sticks to the back.
Oh, it's a loop-de-loop. I like this.
I think it's just looping back into that room.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
but is there anything secret? No.
Is there
What?
anything secret?
Why is this hallway curved?
Because the man who made it is crazy.
I mean,
Why
why,
That's
nothing
enough!
is nothing is symmetrical. Just
why not is the question.
A
really.
curved hallway. How dare it be curved?
maybe they only had weird looking dungeon tiles. I've had that sometimes.
Alistair
This room
sits down, is building the dungeon. He's like, what the? Oh, damn it.
Oh god, oops. There we go.
I think it's safe to move a little faster though, because
I think
feel
so
like
too.
I mean,
I have an
yeah.
idea where this
Yeah.
goes. Same with this path. I have an idea of where that might lead.
I'm
Find
gonna,
out.
I'm gonna guess that. Oh my goodness!
And you could just go straight.
Hello.
I wonder what's behind here. It's like,
Hello.
I mean,
oh my god.
Yorgos wouldn't be the character who actually like he's not like he's a Minotaur, right? So he probably has an instinctual sort of feeling of which way is sort of nebulously the way towards out. But once you mix portals into that, it gets really messy.
Yeah.
But he probably wouldn't have like. I don't think he thinks deeply enough about things to make like a big sort of spatial reconstruction in his mind. And he's not the character who would draw a map well. He might try to, but I don't think he would be meticulous enough to really. Maybe he would be very meticulous if he tried to, but he just wouldn't try. Yes.
So-
There's a cave.
What
over
about this way?
Yeah, so I was just about to mention that. So if I remember rightly, that was it's been cut out, which is like not meant to happen in this dungeon, and
Ah.
it's also
This one had been mined.
yeah, and it also had like signs of, was it Gricks? I think.
Yes.
Ah.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
Well,
it was like a Grick
let's-
lair.
You can take him though. You can take him.
Let's have a little poke here.
There might be horrible monsters in there. Let's send in the owl.
Yeah.
We can take care of it.
Let's see here. Yes. Okay. So forgot to mention something. Sorry. When Snapping Branch moved here, she felt something. There was a slight rustle in her fur, as if a wind was blowing from somewhere close.
Ooh, I love wind.
That one perception difference.
Was it Yorgos in front of her?
No,
It's not me. Not this time.
I had chili for lunch.
You'd
sorry.
know if it was me.
Can she find the source?
Yes, this would be from here, she thinks.
There's secret passage.
Maybe.
Yes, a perception check could reveal more.
Alright. My passive is 17, but maybe I can do better than that. I cannot.
Perhaps
I will say you have advantage on this because you noticed, so you can.
That
Well,
does not matter.
Perhaps you mention it.
There is definitely wind, like coming from little like cracks in the tiles here, but you can't really see a door or anything.
All right. I'll
Can she investigate? If it's not it's obviously not a door, so it's something else. Maybe she can investigate and feel around and like poke into
Sure.
holes.
Sure, why not? She puts out her like tools to start poking into the cracks.
She has like this lever roll that where she removes a strap and it unfolds into like a dozen tools. Investigation. Not bad. I'm getting there slowly.
No, there is. She pokes but there's nothing really that she can find.
So, Eleran will. I mean, if you're okay with this,
She'll basically comment on the oddity of this, but she can't make sense of it, and we'll just.
It might be
No,
the secret
don't
door.
worry.
The
Eleran
ghost
will
is
go.
facing the other way, so maybe this would be its south.
Eleran will
north.
go and have a
Everyone
look.
know that Ghost South is actually
Ghost
north.
South is different entirely.
It's
Yeah.
like left and right when you turn around. You
Can Eleran have a look?
Aaron can have a perception check. Yes.
Nope.
No. There's definitely.
There's nothing
There's
there.
nothing.
There's nothing there. It's our day for rolling, guys.
to just catch you up with, we stood by the pillar. A ghost came out and said, "Hey," and then some very dramatic stuff about how basically talking about us as if the ghost knew us. And then it said that if you wanted to find our destiny, we would have to go south to find a secret door to take us past the two-headed king.
And go by his left.
Yes. And then the ghost left. And then we just was like, well, we also have to find a bronze mask. So we took a loop around and found nothing. And that's pretty much when we went, there's a cave over here. So
Ryan would like to listen.
Ryan would like to.
Listen.
Yeah,
Yes.
He strains his owl ears.
See, what does he hear? Beldas is blind and deaf to himself, but he is now listening, seeing and hearing through his owl. So
There is the slight dripping of water, and nothing else necessarily that he hears currently.
okay, let's go down here. Who? Hoot.
Ooh. More passage.
Well, let's see. Keep going. See what it provides. I need to make sure that I'm within range. Hold on. I'm reaching the limit of where I can go, but I can go here.
All right.
It is as far as I can go without losing my communication. Oh, whatever. Okay, let's go back here.
Orion hoots
Fucking
in frustration.
It's fucking tunnels.
It's like a radio's getting more and more staticky. Like I was like seeing like weird white noise.
Starts
What's
tuning
others?
into French TV or something.
Yeah. Sundays with Halldamir.
Welcome.
Welcome to my crib, Undermountain. Let's see what I can spruce up today for you guys.
Cribs with
Cribs.
Black
Today
Mad
I'm changing
cribs,
the
yo.
40th level. I'm gonna change it into a
As Orion
bathhouse.
moves there,
Yeah.
there will be a roll that I will make.
Okay.
Let's see here. Orion disappears.
Oh.
He is dead.
Oh no.
Oh no. Orion.
Does he see anything before he dies?
He sees tentacles, hooks, and teeth. And then he's gone.
Oh, alright.
He is gone, and Beldas, like the telepathic link, kind of stumbles backward against the wall, like ah, and then collects himself and says,
Do you have a copy of him? So can I delete this?
"You save him, and then you can." Yes. Delete him. Beldas collects himself and says, well, more caverns, and well, it seems he got himself caught by one of those, he like points up in the ceiling, hook things.
Hmm.
But we are now warned, so we can proceed with caution if we wish to go.
Well, just deciding to not to not go that way isn't exactly an option for us, is it? Who knows what lies beyond?
Oh, fair. I'll tell you exactly where it is. Like squishes, I guess. Am I squishing in here?
No, you can sort of maneuver your way through. If combat would like occur in there, might be a problem,
Yeah.
but you can sort of walk through, no problem.
Okay. He makes it here. Right. The light. With the light, can he look up and see what's down here, like in the ceiling? Like, is his worst fear is confirmed?
Well, you can give me a perception check.
Oof. Okay. I can.
Peer
Try.
into the shadowy recesses of the
12.
no,
Okay.
it's darkness and shadow.
He'll look back to Slapping Branch and point at the place where he felt, Orion lose his owl life, and say, whatever it was around there. Just careful, I cannot see much here.
You can see
Wow.
some blood and feathers on the ground.
Snapping Branch has an idea. He's gonna pull one out of her bag, one of her 2,000 ball bearings, and have it
How many
bounce
ball
through the
bearings?
corridor. She has 2,000.
How much
Holy
does
crap.
that weigh?
And that's just 2 bags. Like
Alright.
They're
they
ball
are
bearings. They're
very,
tiny.
very light.
Yeah, they're tiny. Do you know what a ball bearing is, guys? Come on.
God, Jonas, way to show your ball bearing inexperience and
Whoa,
knowledge.
I'm not bearing my balls
Oh.
or anything here. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
a bag of 1,000 weighs 2 pounds.
Wow.
All right,
There you
so you want to throw one of your ball bearings down the corridor.
Yeah, and just see what happens, really.
All right. Well, you throw it down the corridor. It bounces and cracks and clacks, and nothing really seems to happen.
All right. Taerin gives Beldas a good idea. He will fire.
Although Snapping Branch can hear something like the coiling of a snake somewhere, maybe.
All right.
Can you point it out to me?
It's echoing through the hallways. It's difficult. There's something there, but we already know that.
Somewhere over here.
All right. So Beldas looks down at the poor. Well, actually, there wouldn't be any remains because it's a familiar, but he knows where it was. So he holds out his arm. He points roughly up into the darkness in the ceiling, and he will shoot a firebolt.
Okay.
And see what he can see.
All right. The fire strikes for a split second up there, and he sees that up against the ceiling, like coiled around like one of the little jutting frames that holds it up. He sees a creature that looks like a snake, large snake with a big hooked beak for a mouth and tentacle-like things sprouting from its beak. It seemingly does not like there being light next to it, and thus it will drop hissing to the floor, and we'll go to initiative.
Beldas is just like, oh no.
I mean, I'm not sure what we expected.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest here.
Wow. Rolled a 20.
I love my initiative. I'm so dwarfy. It's great.
Rolled twice.
I did. Why did I do that? No, that was no,
Pretty
no. That was. I check.
Eleran.
Alright. Can I get past all of these?
Yeah, it's difficult terrain
Difficult
can.
terrain, you say?
to get past
Yeah.
friends, yes.
Alright. Just need to do some quick math. Alright. So the Grick is on the floor, yeah?
Yes, it has dropped to the floor.
Alright. I will, mark this. I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike. So I can move a whole bunch more. Excuse me, sorry, pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me. I'll come here. And then I'm going to shoot the Grick. Many times.
Just like imagine Beldas just like just lowering his hand and suddenly like a million arrows just shoot past his ear, and he's like, "Oh God!"
I think that's
It's just like
Yeah.
oh well.
1829 damage.
Yes, certainly. I'm just looking for the correct entry in the monster manual here.
That Grick is gone.
Way.
And that wasn't even a crit. Oh.
Yes. Good.
I will mention that 4 of the damage from the first hit is in fact force damage.
Oh, well. The Grick is susceptible to all damage. It's not really resistant, but thank you. So, how much was this?
29.
30? Yeah, 29.
29.
Yeah. 29. Ouchie, ouchie.
That looks horrific. I just looked at that properly, and I didn't want
Yeah.
to now.
Yeah.
Why does it have tentacle eyes? Like what?
They're
Like a banana.
No, it's suction cups. And it has
Those are
hooks
suction
on the end
cups.
of those tentacles, so it hooks you and drags you into its mouth.
Yeah.
Ah.
Gricks are nasty.
Yes, they are nasty.
I'm just gonna
Yorgos.
step over here.
Well, it can't be any more tentacles, so. Oh. Well. This again, huh? How long was that move? It's then 15, 20.
You can
25.
corner. You can corner
30.
move around me, right?
Well, it's the same.
Oh, right. Duh.
Isn't it? I think so. I guess it would be one shorter, but.
One shorter.
So that's 20 here then, if I go around here like so. 5, 30, 35, 40.
Haha.
Just far enough. It was the ceiling? Can I reach it? Is it?
It doesn't drop
dropped
to the
down.
floor.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
then it gets to have an attack.
Let's see. That is a 12. That misses. 23 hits, however. 5 slashing. And you kill it.
Oh,
yeah.
didn't expect that with that. All right, yeah, I guess it was already half dead.
I think the 29 hit points of damage.
It
might have-
was a lot of arrows in the poor Grick.
It's like writhing on the ground, so he sort of
Yeah.
pushes his way past the dwarves and like gets over there and just like smacks it a couple times with the halberd. So chopping it into pieces, like pushing it a little bit. You know, probably
Yeah.
like taking a step back, just like nah, it doesn't. These things are gross. All these tentacles. You know, it's not what his level was like.
Yeah. Snapping branch.
I mean, Fred is gone, so we
Combat.
can just continue. She'll move here, and that's it.
How far is her dark vision?
60 feet.
60 feet. Then she will actually spot. There's another Grick in the ceiling.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I am illuminating as well.
Yeah, like
But these Gricks are very stealthy, actually. Pressed up against the ceiling, they're very difficult to spot. It's like their scale sort of camouflage them to stone.
Sure, but just
Oh.
darkness wise, at least.
Yep.
Just the light spell. I think it's like 25 light or something.
And after spotting that, we'll point at it and basically say, "Hey, there's another one hiding in the ceiling."
oh no.
But she's not gonna do much else. Nah, let's play it safe here.
Okay, Taerin. I can't hear you, Grimmeth, if you're talking.
I'm assuming he's just saying he's gonna look behind us.
Okie doke.
So
Yeah, if you've said anything so far, we haven't heard
we
you.
haven't heard you at all since
Yeah,
you.
I feel so bad about that now.
Sorry. That sucks.
Poor Grimmeth.
Oh. Griffiths.
Still nothing.
No, unfortunately. All right. Yes, the Grick leaps into action. It coils like and writhes along the ceiling, and then it'll move over here and drop down next to Yorgos.
Don't worry, that was my first time I actually tried to say anything, so you didn't miss me.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, I get to attack it.
Yes, you do. Comes into your reach. Oh, Jesus
Ooh,
Christ.
That's a crit.
Double 20,
Double.
okay.
All right, so I need to roll the damage die again.
Yes, that's
Yes.
correct.
You can just roll
Um,
the macro again. Same time.
No,
But-
it's the...
No,
Statics
you
don't
don't.
get.
You don't get your strength again. You only get your dice again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
16 damage.
Hmm.
Not bad at all. Alright, the Grick drops down. York slices it as it falls down with his halberd, and then the Grick will try to lay into him, first with a hooked tentacle. That is a miss, I believe. And since it did not hook him, it cannot do a follow-up attack. Beldas.
He's gonna shoot a firebolt at it. 15.
That is a hit.
15 fire damage. That's a lot.
Yeah, it burns the Grick horribly. It squeals.
Burn, Grick, burn. He will like step here, so people can go past.
Alright. Out from the corner comes another Grick crawling this time. It's not on the ceiling. It moves here and tries to tentacle Yorgos. Tentacle! No. Eleran.
Me. I'll come over here.
Prince of Darkness.
I'll just I'll make room for Taerin to come around. Actually, as I'm there, I will shoot at Grick. I just need to mind myself about this. Okay, cool. So it's just a normal longbow at Grick 8.
Longbow at Grick 8. Yes, the first one hits and kills it.
And second one at Grick 2. Then I'll just
Curious.
move down here.
Arrows are flying. Grick's dying. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Yorgos doesn't see anymore. Well, oh,
Okay,
wait,
that's-
no.
that's
that
one
wasn't-
right in front of you.
Yorgos is done.
Moving too fast.
It was enough.
Yeah.
Yes. I believe this situation, because he really doesn't like being close to these monsters. Like, they're bad. Really. So let me just check my racial ability once more. I haven't used that yet. I can charge. If I hit a creature with an attack. Okay, so let's try to hit it with it.
You have hit a creature with an attack, and the second one hits.
Okay, smack. Then, as I mentioned, I can use my horns as a bonus action to try to push him 5 feet away from me.
Okay.
Oh no.
What I'll
please
try to
don't.
do. He has to get he gets a strength save
All right.
to avoid the effect.
No.
Easy 14. Okay,
Uh,
and he's pushed 5 feet away, just like back. Jorgen like smacks it with the helmet, then knocks it back with the horns, and then we'll because now we can move safely back to get a little more distance.
all right.
Maybe smack it should come back to him.
Snapping brush.
Now I don't get sneak attack.
Oh,
Um. How do I
That
do
is
this?
gonna be a common recurring theme, I think.
Yeah, like the Reach Barbarian probably doesn't want to be adjacent to things.
No.
She's just gonna prepare a dagger throw once that Rick is adjacent to an ally. She's gonna
Okay.
move here to do it, so she doesn't have to bother about soft cover. So move there and then prepare a dagger throw once it's adjacent to someone.
Taerin.
I should have done the same thing last time.
Taerin moves 15 of his 25 feet there, looks down that fucking murder corridor of hallway, decides that that's pretty jam-packed, and there's another route here that other enemies might come through. He's going to move like the rest of his movement here and basically spend the action like making sure that no terrible, horrible surprises are going to come get him.
Okay. Aggregate is dead. So we remove that. Beldas.
Well, cover no matter where he goes, so take whatever out of this roll. Which is gonna miss probably.
That is a miss, yeah.
Alright. He will skedaddle over here.
Grick 2. Haha! It is time to feast.
Foul monster.
Ouch. Ouch. What the heck? The Grick just wants food.
And another
No!
Do it.
15.
Do it, please.
That is a hit, yeah.
Sneak attack.
Oh,
Yes. Right in its dumb mouth.
geez. The Grick dies. As the dagger plunges into its beak and it just
Teamwork.
falls to the ground.
You know,
The combat is over.
attacks on your own turn are overrated.
Fucking rogues.
I don't know. I mean, that works pretty well. Like the prepare and throw. Could even hide and then stay hidden until, like, well, maybe not in the corridor, but.
Yeah, need to be out of line of sight. Snapping Ranch will retrieve her now disgustingly gore-coated dagger, I assume.
Oh yeah. It's filled with Grick juice.
That's the thing where he stomps the heads of each of them just to make sure. Gross tentacle monsters. He had quite enough of this. Hallister, quite a sense of humor. You know. What is this? Just brains with teeth and beaks and tentacles from the ceiling and tentacles from walls. He's gonna dream of tentacles for the rest of his life. Quite enough of that.
There's a lot of it for sure.
Yeah. And again,
The Gricks are thoroughly stomped.
mm-hmm.
Apart from that, the corridor is silent.
You look just
All
now,
right.
and sort of gesture vaguely. Do you think they? Looks down at the creatures, frowns and says, "Do these things keep treasure?" She sort of glances back to Beldas, understanding that there was some sort of transaction happening. And Beldas apparently got a new armor piece, and Yorgos would like to get some new armor too.
I wouldn't think these creatures keep possessions, but they might have, killed some hapless adventurers who had something. I think by stomping them, you've already explored the only pouch they would have had available to store things.
That's fair.
Peek around the corner.
Yes.
It is quite curious that this hallway is apparently so disconnected from the rest that someone had to dig a tunnel to it.
It seems like looking at it, it seems almost. Well, now that she mentions it and she looks to it closer, it seems certainly malplaced. Like it's like someone was picking up pieces of a puzzle or like a model of a building and just dropped one, and it happened to just be here. The edges here where the rest of like the carved out like the mountain path is. It looks ragged, as if someone has ripped this corridor from somewhere else and put it here.
Well, the wizard did it.
Yeah, as if, right? Might actually be what it is. Maybe at some point we'll find the rest of this piece in some place where caves should be.
So this cave still looks like it was artificially carved, or is it like natural? Okay. By pickaxes, or are there any like?
Do you have proficiency with the stonemason's tools, perhaps?
Uh, no.
She wouldn't really be sure. It's carved. She couldn't necessarily tell with what.
I also don't want to be racist and ask the dwarves. So,
Snapping Branch is very conscious about things.
yeah.
No, you need to be conscious of prejudices in this day and age.
In this fantasy age we live in.
Yeah. Just because they're dwarves doesn't mean they know anything about stonemasonry.
That's a dwarven wizard over there. Have you ever heard such a thing?
I mean, we've got a dwarven sailor over here. Like,
She's also a moon goddess worshipper, so.
and moon goddess one. No, we've got.
I make alcohol. I don't do mason.
That's so.
Got his priorities straight for sure.
Yep, there's
Damn right.
the dwarvish part coming in.
She sees the beginning of another corridor. She
Yeah,
actually standing there. She hears something coming from the east. There's a muffled sound as if someone is calling or crying or like just sobbing profusely.
Alright, well, she'll assume the others will follow eventually. She's gonna continue sneaking forward if...
Eventually.
No, maybe the elf is already ahead. She wouldn't know.
That's what you feel when you feel the wind. That's probably the elf passing.
Yeah, just the elf part. In the darkness. Eleran will go back to say to Taerin, we're moving on, Taerin.
All right.
Not that he can see him anymore, but comes around the corner, poofs into existence.
It's okay. He's not even looking in the direction that Eleran is in any.
Moving here, yes. Snapping Branch sees many things. Just this properly for you. To her right, she sees a door that is firmly shut. From behind the door, she hears someone crying or sobbing. In front of the door, there seems to be a collection of Gricks that is sort of writhing about and snapping their beaks hungrily at it.
Ooh.
The Gricks have not seemingly spotted her yet, but I would like a stealth check from Snapping Branch.
That you can certainly have. 26.
There we are.
26. Yeah, she remains firmly undetected by the Gricks, who rides in front of the door here. One of them reaching out a hook tentacle and dragging it across the door. The door seemingly not taking much damage from this, and you can hear someone shriek in horror as the claw scrapes over the door.
All right, she will backtrack at this point because that's something. Towards her companions, and basically say, there's a group of 4 Gricks currently assaulting a locked wooden door with someone very terrified behind it.
At this point, Eleran's gonna try and squeeze past Yorgos. And,
I mean,
and then-
Yorgos has light, so he can see him, and so he just moves against the wall to let the elf pass.
Eleran will literally start shoving his way past.
Yeah, it's just
That's
he Yorgos, killed some of these things already, and he believes that murdering as many of these as possible is a good thing for the world.
Light sources, Jonas?
No, none.
Wonderful.
Beldas is like.
Um,
No, he won't.
What?
I mean, do they have eyes?
Do they? I was about to ask.
That
that?
seems like a nature check for, let's see. They are monstrosities, so I think you have advantage.
I get advantage. Yeah. I'm alright at nature checks.
I mean, they don't have any visible eyes. Eleran would suspect that they sense some other way. Maybe they have dark vision, maybe they have tremor sense. Clearly, or smell, who knows? He's not actually quite sure what these creatures use to sense their environment.
Well, he's gonna take a moment to look behind his shoulder as he steps a bit closer. Seeing if the group will follow, but he's drawn his bow.
All right.
You're literally outside the range of light, so we can't see you.
Can I have a stealth check?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I rolled a 1.
Gricks, the Gricks all snap their beak and look directly over to Eleran.
Alright.
We go to initiative.
Shit.
I roll a
What the
3.
fuck?
My initiative.
Can I roll 10 plus?
Brutal.
Please.
Why? These rolls are on fire today.
Actually, this good thing.
All right. Yorgos is the first to act. Hasn't necessarily heard
he hears
anything.
snapping of beaks, so I guess he'll just sort of. I mean, he doesn't want to blow the elves' cover with light, right? 'Cause-
No.
Yeah.
So he'll just look to Beldas and probably like step a little closer, so that if Beldas wants to tell him something, he can. You know,
Sure.
let the light beam just sort of fall this direction to cut it off there. He doesn't want to get around the corner to shed light on whatever
Yeah.
might be there.
All right. Yes. Grick 7 will launch itself forward, slither over here, and we'll try to tentacle Eleran. 20 for 8 damage. And we'll do a follow-up beak attack.
Oh.
Another 6 as it hooks him with a tentacle and then bites him,
How?
tasting that delicious, delicious elf blood. Grick 4 will not be outdone by his friend here. And will
He's a
move like this to surround. Tentacle
Yeah.
for another 9, and then the beak misses. Taerin.
Even with dashing, I think gives me 50 feet. I actually can't get past Snapping Branch, Dwarven speed. Taerin will go here, and there's a logjam there in the narrow corridor, so he's going to be content to keep looking behind him, because who knows what tentacles might come out of those cracks. I am my turn.
Snapping branch.
All right. Snapping Branch will make use of her aptly called feline agility to double her speed this turn. And then she shall move
Can
here.
you run like here and not like
Oh.
in? Thank you.
Sure. I mean, it's the same distance. There we go. She will run here, daggers drawn, stab a Grick with a rapier. 25, that's pretty
I
good.
do threaten.
Certainly a hit.
You do, friend?
Yeah, of course I do.
Alright, then sneak attack.
16 damage.
For 16, so that was a move and a standard. As a bonus action, she will produce the contents of her healer's kit, and within the span of like 2 seconds, apply a salve or 2, maybe a bandage here to Eleran.
I imagine
and-
this. She's literally like throwing like healing stuff and like oh!
Band-aids.
Just douses his hair in a poultice, like
Just a very
Power.
fragile clay jar she throws in his face.
Yeah. like a heating grenade.
We
Yeah.
need to
That's how they work.
we need to talk
Um,
about your bedside manner.
Man, these rich people, my god.
Yeah. Money can buy very fancy things. Eleran gets
That's the family
D6.
motto of the snapping branches.
Yeah.
I get.
Eleran gets a d6 plus 9 hit point.
Jeez, that's a good heal.
Damn.
Well,
Yeah, it's
You know,
you know,
Like
Still-
that's good even
still
on a
good.
run. Yeah.
still good.
good heal.
Mm,
Man,
so-
that's some rogue bullshit. Like
Some
Yeah,
rogue
rogue
bullshit.
bonus action healing. Jesus.
Actual rogue bullshit.
I can
Well,
only
like
do
you
that once to a person per short or long rest, though. So this is all you're getting from me.
Alright.
That's really good though. I like this little utility things Rogue has. All right. Grick number 5. Yes, delicious. All this blood is delectable to it, and it'll reach out a tentacle to have a taste.
Miss.
All right, can't do a follow-up attack because it didn't hit. Number 3. Goes here, starts coiling up the wall. And then like starts slithering along the wall above these. So this Grick is 10 feet up. Grick 3.
Okay.
Can do there. That's a 10 feet up rhombus. Eleran.
The famous
Rhombus of
10
10
feet.
feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you get yourself out of there, I can blow him up. Or attempt to, at least.
Yeah, it's just I would have to withdraw is the action, I believe.
Disengage, yeah.
Disengage?
You disengage as an action, and then your movement does not provoke at any square whatsoever.
Okay. Alright. I will disengage. And then I will move back. Yeah.
All right.
Just checking my bonus action stuff. Nah, I'm good. That's it.
Are you at a place where I
That
can
was-
get past you without having to squish through you?
He's absolutely not.
I'll move not into the
Okay.
wall, into there then.
Sure.
I don't have to.
I need to... Fortunately, I'll be in the way, but I need to see. Alright. I can see them now. Right. Let's try to cast a spell. Let me read this quickly. See the range. Where's the radius tool? There it is. I'm blind. He's going to inscribe a quick draconic rune for thunder, and we'll cast Shatter here, a 10-foot radius sphere. And he's going to upcast it to a level 3. So Constitution save for all of them. DC is 14 for 20 thunder damage each. Half damage on a save. Alright, last one saves. So a huge
yes.
boom.
Ouchie mama.
Yes.
How does it look when he casts Shatter? Like, what's the effect?
So, you know, as I described, he inscribes the room and then points and then, like, clicks his finger, and it's as if that click has been amplified 1,000 times as, like, a sonic, like, boom of thunder rings out in the center. The Gricks basically, like, shatter from the sonic waves erupting around them.
All right. One of the Gricks falls dead to the floor. The other ones are shaken to their scales.
Mm. Wonderful. Yeah, the one that saved takes half damage anyway.
Yes.
So,
It's a nice spell.
yes. It's useful.
All right. Grick 6 leaps into action. So here and slithers like this. Yorgos.
In making his way over here, taking out a javelin as he goes on his way. They're just chucking it right at number 7 there.
Okay.
Whew.
That is a hit. There's a javelin stuck to the Grick.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, Grick 7 will surge forward towards Yorgos. He doesn't like that.
Well, I'll smack him then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Jesus
good.
Christ. Oh no, I get confused.
It's a miss.
because- Yeah. Okay. All right.
I used your macro, so
Yeah. No, it's just. Tentacle. Yes.
That hits, yeah.
Yes, a delicious beak attack. Hmm.
That hits too.
The Grick smacks its beak.
Damage.
It likes this.
Oh,
Delicious.
blood.
If it just eats enough blood and flesh, surely the wounds will heal. Taerin.
All right. Yay, logjam's cleared for the dwarf. It takes me. That's my move action to take me to there. Looks like I'm able to see that square from my current position.
Yes.
So I will Misty Step bonus action to teleport there.
Ooh.
Whee! Howdy. As for my actual action, I attempt to seduce the Grick. No, I will engage
charisma
Sweet, I got this.
Hang on.
I'll use my brewer's proficiency on the charisma. No,
Get it
Shut it up
drunk.
about delicious
that's right.
beverages.
Take it out.
With great libations, I'll attempt to apply a longsword to Grick. Get 2 attacks. So that'll be a miss. And
Boop.
that will be an 18 versus armor class
That's
for
a hit.
7 damage. Hack into one of the tentacles and finish off the beast.
Yes.
Now-
Finish the ground.
Now we'll never see the great tale of Taerin and Grick.
Don't worry, there's other Gricks.
Nice.
There's more Gricks in the dungeon.
Snapping rush.
Snapping Branch is gonna bonus action disengage, move here, that is 30 feet, so that works, and then prepare a dagger throw once a Grick gets adjacent to someone.
5. It's Grick. Yeah, and Grick 5 will surge into action here. Taerin,
Dagger, 16.
it's a hit.
Actually, that would be a 14 because of soft cover.
That is still a hit.
Good. 16.
These Gricks can't take these massive damages. they're not built for this. Poor Gricks.
Massive dagger damage.
The rhombus of elevation moves forward,
The rhombus of elevation.
and he'll drop down here next to Yorgos, and he'll tentacle him. That is a miss. Eleran.
Alright, I shoot Grick 3, moving on to Grick 6. If I kill it. That's a crit on the second one.
Okay. That's a hit bonus.
Yeah. Goddamn elves.
You can also blame
Uh,
Beldas for making my bow +1.
Gee. All right. Anything else?
No, I'm warm, cuddled, and looked after apparently.
Surrounded by friends. Beldas.
Which one has lost the most tentacles?
Well, I mean, Brick 3 is certainly hacked and a lot of arrows stuck into it. It has one measly tentacle left.
All right. How about you, Grick?
Don't tentacle
no.
shame the Gricks.
No, that's not gonna hit.
No.
It's not the number that matters, but how you use them.
The
Yes, one is too many for these things.
the Grick wiggles forward.
No.
Wiggle, wiggle. He'll try to hit Taerin. Because he's not very smart. So,
Deflected by the shield.
yeah. Just scrapes off the massive armor of the dwarf. Yorgos.
I'll try to smack number 3 here. If we can get it. Get him.
Is he hit? The first hit kills it.
Alright. Suppose we'll strike at the other one. Bit the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a thing?
That is a thing, yes.
Okay. No. Smack, smack.
Taerin.
All right. Action's going to be devoted to 2 longsword attacks against the Grick.
Yeah.
That'll be a 26 for 13 damage.
That's certainly a hit, yes.
That'll be a 17 for 14 damage.
Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of
What
damage.
the fuck?
Fucking hell. Jeez.
Taerin.
What even? Like, what even?
Vicious hacks.
That's right.
Snake
right.
snack.
I'm very aggressive at the dinner table.
Joey doesn't share food. Well, Taerin doesn't chef.
Snappy snap.
Snippety snap.
Oh, I was mentally already under the opinion that everything had died.
Snappy Branch uses a minor action to sit down a chair and bring out some tea.
I mean,
It's a rogue action. I have a tea kit.
It throws a healing bomb into her mouth.
you know, she's bold. She's just gonna move in there. I don't have enough movement to get there. Never mind. Just throw a dagger.
8 versus armor class.
It's a miss, unfortunate.
Well then.
Is dead. Eleran.
Alright. I will shoot it with my bow. 29 for 6.
The first one is a hit. That destroys it. Combat is over.
And I will do what I was hoping I can do. And we'll, like, sort of run over here, looking down what looks like an opening?
Yes.
He says worried. Okay.
It is an opening.
He looks at the door.
The door is a sturdy wooden door, similar to what you've seen in the dungeon. Behind the door, you hear the sniveling sound of someone crying. And you can hear a voice. Hello, is someone there? I say, I seem to be trapped. Yes, is help. Who's there?
Eleran will reply saying, a dungeoning party. We've killed the Gricks. You can come out now. It's safe.
Oh, well then. Yes. There's like some shuffling. You can see through the keyhole someone is peeking out. And then you hear, oh, I say, yes, you are not a monster. There is some fiddling. You can hear a lock open. As it's revealed, a small chamber and a person you might recognize. Let's see here.
That's one of the members of Hallis.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
He looks at you. So, oh yes, yes, it is most certainly you. Yes, I thought I recognized your brave and heroic stature. Yes, absolutely. Oh, goodness gracious! I am so happy that you came by. Honestly, I've been stuck in here for what seems eternity.
Eleran just turns away and walks off.
Oh, well.
The rest of you. Where are you? Where are they?
Well, I couldn't rightly say, Master Dwarf. I went off to, you see, relieve myself, yes, and when I turned, well, I sort of got turned around, I suppose, and just happened to get stuck here, and there were tentacles in Gricks, and yes, so here I was, yes. I'm very happy you came along. I'm frightfully low on water and food, you see.
Quite frankly, I don't believe you, but that is not for me to decide.
The man looks aghast. I beg your pardon?
We have met another one of yours.
Oh, well, I am happy to hear that the rest of my party seems to be doing well then.
Beldas chuckles and says, well,
Olive is dead.
His eyebrows shoot up in surprise.
He is now a revenant. He says his party killed him and betrayed him.
Oh. Well, I don't know what to say, to be certain. I mean, there was some argument before I left, but I didn't think they would do, it wasn't that insufferable.
Insight check, please.
Certainly.
Yeah, it seems appropriate to make.
I
22.
concur.
You get the feeling that Callum is generally surprised that his party member is dead. He seemingly did not know that. He is, however, quite obviously not very truthful to what he was doing here. There is no reason why he would bring like weapons and food and rations to go to the loo. And yeah, he seems to move in a way to only show like his left side towards you.
Beldas says, I do not appreciate lies. We have saved you, and I would expect recourse from you in respect what I am questioning you from. Answer me truthfully. Why are you here with all of this? It does not make sense.
Yeah, well, as to be well, he sort of swallows and his eyes move back and forth. Well, you see, I got a tip. You see, yes, there was there's rumors. You see that the Mad Mage has stashed some of his secrets around the dungeon. Yes, and I got a very reliable tip from a very nice woman that something was important was here. You see, in this here. Yes, he like indicates the room. But to you, like when looking in, it looks honestly like an old like supply closet, maybe like where a cleaner would have his tools, or like maybe a like a larder or something like that. There's stone shelves and stuff, but nothing much in there. Although, Snapping Branch draws close, she does see that there is actually a small hatch up near the ceiling that seems to be opened, although it is empty inside, from what she can see.
She's still gonna barge past the guy and inspect things.
When she moves that, she does notice that he is clutching a bundle, sort of on his side behind his back, so that he's trying to hide from from Beldas and Taerin.
Well, she'll stop as she sees that. Look at him, sort of pointing at the bundle and going like, "Oh, what is that? You wanted to show us what you found?"
No, it's just something something I brought. It's my old grandmother's diary. It's not important at all. No, it's completely worthless.
Completely worthless as you hold them as if your life depends on it.
All right, fine. Take the damn book. He like throws it at Beldas without warning, really.
Okay. Beldas has handled many a book in his life. I'm sure he can catch it.
He can catch it. Callum says, "Well then, I do say." And then he looks around to all of you, seemingly maybe for a second that he wants to try to fight you for the book, but then realizing that there's a lot of you and he's alone. And he says, "Well, well, excuse my outburst, but I do believe that it's time for me to leave now. If you have quite finished relieving yourself of my possessions."
I mean, I don't know about that. I'm looking at the description of Sleight of Hand right now.
Yes.
I love it. I love how the rogue is like, well, I'm not sure about him. I don't care about him leaving. I'm not sure if I've finished looting him yet.
I mean, I wouldn't have thought about it had he not tried to hide something. So if he's hiding that, what else is he hiding?
Yes.
I don't know how pickpockets operate, whether they can like immediately spot things worth taking, but that's exactly what I would like to do.
Your passive perception, you would notice that he has a coin purse.
hefty, or
I think that's fair. She is gonna leave enough to take the elevator back up, but
That's, I mean, people just steal coin pouches. You can't just like reach into there and
Yeah,
leave all but like one gold
Yeah.
piece.
are you gonna take the pouch and leave, like, put a coin back in his pocket? Like, is that what's gonna happen?
I feel like that's
think
appropriate.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
then.
like that.
I think given that Beldas is fairly like old man lecturing him, I would say he's helping at least, right?
Aiding.
Yeah, at least an aid, right? No.
Well, Callum is on his guard here now, for sure. So I would say that would cancel out, like, him being
Sure,
very
okay.
attentive right now of his possessions.
All right.
So it will be a normal, a normal check.
Ah, let's see this go
Damn.
terribly wrong.
You
Ah,
people
that's actually pretty bad.
Let's see here.
stripping this guy.
Well, yeah, no, you take his coin purse for sure. It's just yoink, and then you leave like a coin left, I guess. Yeah, put a little something back so you can get up the elevator.
But yeah, as Callum says that, Beldas will say, "Oh, so you do not presume to look for your other companions, then?"
Oh no, I am quite done. Honestly, this place has turned out to be quite unprofitable and, not to mention, unsafe. Yes, I shall return back to the tavern, where I shall drink my sorrows away. Yes, if you excuse me. And he'll attempt to step out.
Beldas won't do much.
No,
And then
Taerin suspect.
he'll stalk off, like, cautiously looking at Eleran, looking at Yorgos with some alarm. And then he'll be like, adventuring, bah! As he, like, walks off
Looks there
into the
and
darkness.
considers for a moment if we're gonna find the guy on the floor of that room with the revenant down there. He was kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
Eleran hopes as much.
Yorgos didn't really like this guy. He sort of rubbed him the wrong way. He seemed like a bit of a harsh asshole, but he doesn't like. Then again, I mean, he doesn't have anything against the guy. He's just indifferent. You know, he wouldn't want the guy to be eaten by Gricks, though. I mean, nobody serves that. But, you know.
Yeah.
Now we saved him.
Beldas-
He can go up and home. We cleared the way, and then you know that.
This book that Beldas actually wasn't asking for, but got thrown at him anyway. What is this book?
Well, it is a book wrapped in some old, what do you call it? Sailcloth? No, like
Satin?
canvas.
Oh.
Okay.
Very
Sure.
sturdy and water repellent.
Okay.
If he opens it up, it actually looks like a spell book to him.
Oh. Interesting. Well, as all spell books are, they are coded, so he cannot really make much sense of it right now. But interesting.
You can do an Arcana check to see if you can identify roughly what would be in it.
Sure. I'll try. It's Arcana. There, that's my Arcana. Natural 20.
Well then, the following things could potentially be copied from the spell book.
Oh, wonderful.
Ooh, lightning bolt.
Yes.
Oh.
I like to spell magic. That's great. All right. Well. Hey, now I didn't steal it. He threw it at me. He threw it at me, and I was like, "Oh, I caught it." And then he was like, "I'm leaving," and I'm just like, "Oh, okay.
I guess I'll keep it.
I guess I'll keep it." Yeah.
I think it should be
Not
called
robbing if it's in a
reclaimed.
dungeon, you know.
Yeah. Well, he puts the book in his pack for now and looks around and says, "Well, I don't particularly like to weigh or give justice, but perhaps fate will sort him out." Kind of harumphs and then walks down here to see what's going on.
Taerin looks accusatory at Snapping Brain.
She returns the look, sort of frowning a little bit. I assume you saw what I did then.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize. I felt a bit mischievous. His sword reminded me of the most terrible representation of what we do. The selfish, the unprepared, the cowardly in a sense.
It is not me you owe the apology to.
I might apologize to him if I see him upstairs again, I suppose. But I won't give him this back. Perhaps I'll buy him a drink then.
With his own money.
Yeah.
The pouch contains 5 platinum pieces, 24 gold, and 4 silver.
Wow,
Mm.
I didn't need to come down here after all.
this boy's rich.
Yeah.
5 platinum, that is 50 gold.
Yep.
And 24 gold. How much silver?
4.
0.4 gold.
Just
Well,
out
we
of
found
curiosity,
any of the goblins.
how much would the spellbook be worth, or is that something I'd have to just ask about?
That would be a process to determine,
We'll think about that later.
but fairly valuable.
Well, when I'm finished with it, I can sell it, I'm sure.
Copying it to your spellbook would destroy it.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's ignore what I said and let's keep going.
Can't print money with spellbooks.
No, unfortunately. It's the magics and the inks and whatnot that takes.
Sure.
When wizards do it, they can have it disappear when they're done with it. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Copyright infringement.
Wizards do not.
It's a transferable copy, but not a copyable one. So
You
It's
can
like DRM.
transfer ownership, but you have
I
to
know
make
it's
legal
fucking a
record.
wizard DRM. That's what it
You
is.
can only
Yeah.
install this spell in one other spellbook before your license.
you
This
rent
spell will
the
self-destruct in
spellbook.
5, 4.
It's like 5 pages of end user license agreement in front of the spellbook.
What's down here?
Yes. What an excellent question.
Beldas is curious, and his curiosity has gotten the better of him.
Apparently so.
Perhaps his
Nothing Branch will
encounter.
attempt to escape the
Get the
accusatory looks of
dwarf right
Taerin.
away.
Elleran will like look to Taerin and like,
Taerin doesn't see Eleran.
well, you know, before everybody left. But as it's dark, he'll then
The
say,
melting away face of Eleran.
yeah.
Help!
He'll then
The darkness takes me!
Yeah.
Taerin thinks,
Alright.
fucking elves, man. They're so melodramatic.
no,
Darkness within darkness.
it's past,
He's
it's
done the
gone,
joke sometimes.
it's over. I couldn't.
Beldas emits an obvious note of annoyance from his mouth at seeing the dead end in front of him, and looks to Snapping Branch and shrugs.
She'll briefly investigate whether there's shenanigans at work.
Sounds like a perception check to me.
There's so many dead ends, and I assume most of them are obvious red herrings.
Oh yeah, I mean, Halster's a fun.
Oh, my passive perception is 17.
Let me check. Well, yes. Yes, in fact. There seems to be a secret door here.
Ooh.
On the south wall.
Well, Beldas, it looks like you need not be upset. She will investigate how to open this door.
Yes.
24.
Yes. Oh, it's quite simple, really. She identifies the weird, like, mechanical things that she would need to do to open the door. Now remains the thievery check.
Thievery. Surely I can't fail that.
You get a guidance here. Beldas kind of at this point knows what you're doing. Will lay a hand on you, and the words of Morden will guide your actions here.
That's a D4?
D4 extra, yeah.
Be thieverous. Oh. No.
Rolling a 12 on a natural one, though.
pretty good.
I mean, with so many secret doors, eventually you're just gonna not open one. Like, oh my gosh, I hate Alistair. His interior design sucks.
It, yeah. It's no, she can't necessarily get it open as it is right now, unfortunately.
I mean, I know it's there and I know how it works. So,
Go ahead.
Just
You
you
know-
couldn't find the goddamn.
Yorgos, you have a large weapon, right? And a strong, muscular stature.
Force the way open.
I don't
Yes.
like where this conversation is going.
Are you sure?
Is this the Argonian maid? What are we doing here? Yeah.
I mean, if you can't finesse something open, the obvious next solution is to do the opposite.
Yeah. It would. I mean, you could try to force it open.
I mean, I'm assuming I can't just retry.
Not on a one, I think. I think that's just.
Yorgos, your strength. You would have 8 of it,
All right.
and I will help you.
Everyone should like point out the mechanisms and such, and see if she can suggest a place where application of strength might do something.
Yes. With that investigation check she rolled, yes, she can suggest a point to push, so to speak.
All right. Beldas will give the divine magic that Yorgos is so impressed with. He's guided.
I guess Yorgos will try to punch the wall.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Shoulder
a
it.
strength check, I believe, or athletics, if that's.
Right, I mean, I have athletics.
Yeah, athletics will
Yeah.
be fine then.
D4 and
Mhm.
and advantage.
Advantage? Why?
Well, I know. I just assumed that the way you were talking about Cyber Advantage's
No,
investigation.
it's more
D4.
like she knows, like you can. It's a stone wall. It's
Okay,
So
well,
20
23.
All right, Yorgos applies impressive Minotaur muscle pressure as the door simply just it creaks and bends and gives, and you can hear like several things just spring and snap, and the door flies open with a large bang.
Oh. After he stopped pushing at the wall directly in front of him. Well, this was the one. Oh, okay.
Let's push it the box.
He steps in with like a like raising his helmet up and like bring his arms out, as if this is all the hellest I can muster. See?
Eleran, Taerin is coming through this hallway at top speed and is undoubtedly about to bull rush.
He just steps out of the way.
Bound to happen.
He's enough. He's
Doesn't even
dexterous
notice.
enough.
Face me, monsters!
All right, let me describe what Yorgos sees here.
Oh.
Donk.
Excuse me.
Everything's fine.
So, yeah, there is a strange sight in this room, to be sure. In the southernmost section of the room, Yorgos can see that there's something floating in the ceiling. It seems like a throne made of stone is hanging upside down, floating near the ceiling. Seated upon it is what appears to be a mummified Minotaur, with two gems jabbed into his eyes, and a great axe laying like over his mummified legs. Below, stone debris is strewn across the ceiling and floor, and laying like coiled slightly below the throne is an enormously large Grick. That, given the noise that Yorgos just did, has reared up and seems rather hungry at this point. So we'll go to initiative.
It's Mama Grick.
I'm gonna kill that thing. And then we're gonna find out what's up with the mummified Minotaur on the throne.
I rolled an
Is
18.
the Minotaur's large though, right? Like,
Yes.
Like bigger than he
I
is.
rolled a
Yes.
5.
It's a corrupted bad Minotaur.
Serves you right for sass mouthing my character.
That says you
Good. I
right.
was actually going to ask if I could set my initiative to 1. That's perfect. I'm so happy. Aaron's fucking being chided like for being rude for like wanting to come because of the sudden bang. He's like, well, "Fuck you."
Alpha Grick Alpha. Wow, this Grick has a high opinion of itself.
Oh, he's a
It's
Chad.
like 4 times the size of one of the other ones.
It might not be the title the Grick Alpha has assigned itself, but the title that, entomologist or whatever sort of Grick scientist.
It's a Greek scientist.
Dungeoneers.
If you looked up the Grick in Volo's Guide to Monsters,
Page 13.
We'll go
it
ask.
can be bought at fine bookstores everywhere.
Yorgos has one, so I'll just open it right now.
Time out, please. Let me take a look at you.
Just study the-
Grick moves here. It seems to be quite fast and snaky.
Yes.
Quite fast and sneaky.
Yes, as it will. Let me see here. What does it have actually? Oh yes, quite.
This will protect his brain.
All right, he will move here, and then he will do a tentacle attack.
Oh,
like
I
a
get to
launch.
attack it first.
You can. That is a hit.
As it rushes him.
Yeah, it rushes him, hissing and spitting. Launches out with his tentacles, trying to pierce Yorgos' skin. Tentacle attack. That is a miss.
Good.
Um,
Oh no. Oh
yeah,
no.
the tentacle rakes across the
Gash.
floor, just a huge gash ripping out in the stone. This creature is quite ferocious.
Oh no, I
it
see
will-
that.
It will follow up with a tail slap, trying to like whack him, stun him with his tail. That is a hit.
Oh.
It does hit him in the tail.
That is
Hopefully
less
stun was
damage.
flavor text. Slap. Yeah, Yorgos didn't expect the tail.
Yes. Never expect a tail. Oh, okay. Actually, let's see here. You do notice that the Grick seemingly is taking not that much damage. Like the blow from Yorgos' halberd doesn't really cut into it very deep. It has resistance.
Well, isn't that just a whole bucket of good news?
Yes.
How to kill it.
Beldas.
Oh God. Oh, sorry.
What happened to me?
What the hell?
Seriously?
No. Sorry. I clicked and my mouse decided to turbo click on me. Sorry. Right. Let's see here if I can. On the grease spheres you got from. Okay. Beldas would like to cast grease. 10-foot square in range. Is there any light in here, by the way? Just curious. Or
Yorgos emits light.
And you emit light, of course.
dude, 10-foot square.
Shiny sword.
How do you do squares in this game?
How
That's
to
not
square.
these squares. Why are all these templates so weird?
Just do a blast.
Yeah.
Select a square adjacent to where you want your zone to be, and then drag around.
Ah, thank you. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna put it here. And I will cast a spell so you know what it does. So each creature standing in the area when it appears must succeed on a dex saving throw. So DC is 14, reflex, or it will fall to prone.
Okay.
A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also do the same check or fall prone. So, he falls prone.
He's flat on the ground. Blah.
Yeah, he's all
Greasy
slippy
snake.
slidey, greasy snake. That's good. That lasts a minute. I'm fairly sure that's concentration. Let me just double check that. Oh no, it's not. Okay, well that's great. It lasts there for a minute. Beldas will sneak past here, go to the corner, and he will stay there.
Okay. Eleran.
Well, this is gonna be awkward. He's prone,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean I can go around Beldas, Taerin, no problem.
Not if I choose to threaten you.
But prone induces disadvantage to ranged attacks
Any attack that's from further than 5
further
feet.
than 5
Yeah, if you
feet.
stand next to it, you won't have disadvantage.
I'm not
Come
standing
closer.
There's
next
not
to
really a big penalty to that, honestly.
that. So because I want to hit it pretty hard early on, I'm going to use my Zephyr Strike.
How many of those do you have?
I have 4 spell slots for first level, 2 in second level. I'm basically out of first now.
Okay.
I've used it twice this session, and once last.
Also, keep in mind that you have to shoot first to get the 30 feet bonus from it.
I know.
Okay.
I got 35.
Move and then
feet
shoot, then
movement.
continue moving. So.
And I get an extra 10 feet of movement for Gloomstalker.
Oh yeah, you're really
Yeah,
quick
my-
naturally, aren't you?
In my
On the first turn,
on the
yeah.
first turn, I get an extra 10 feet. That'll be 40. Then I shall shoot
The advantage cancels out the disadvantage on the one attack weapon
the
attack
first
roll, and then
attack.
the others. Yeah.
Yeah. So 27 for the first roll, and then the next, I'll just use my normal longbow. The 2 to hit rolls with disadvantage. So 12 and 12. So 27 for 14.
Yes.
Magical. 4 of that is force damage.
Alright. He takes the full amount. It's not resistant to force.
Good.
So that's good news.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna continue my movement.
Yorgos gets
Past it.
rushed by
If
this thing.
you, yeah, that's fine.
It's a big tentacle monster. He'll his bonus action to enter rage.
Ooh.
All right then.
Get a little tougher. And then, because I don't want disadvantage on my attacks, I'll have to step closer to him.
Well, you get advantage now because you are
So I do.
5.
And
So.
then I can rage swing my halberd. That and that. Oh, okay. That's not.
Let's see here.
anywhere.
Those are 2 misses, unfortunately.
Well, it's what I gotta do.
Snapping branch.
Snapping branch. Well, enjoy stabbing a prone snake. With advantage, which is a 19, sadly. But she does get sneak attack.
Is a hit.
And then she will bonus action disengage. Am I muted? No. Okay.
No,
Bonus action disengage and move here.
Okay.
Whoa. Oh,
Well,
she's-
that basically derailed me being able to get close to Yorgos. So
Oh.
I can't heal. Alright. I do nothing with my action. End turn.
Grick will get up. And then it will move out of the grease because that's bad for it.
What does getting up?
Half
Like-
its move.
Oh, I severely overestimated what prone does in this edition. All right, well,
It's good, but people aren't gonna keep being prone. Usually.
no, that sucks. All right, well,
Alright. The Grick will lash out with a tentacle towards Yorgos.
Maybe it can bite me. That certainly is a hit. Yeah.
That is a hit, yes. It will follow up with a beak because it hit with a tentacle.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, for an additional
Hit.
10 damage. And then it
Four.
will launch out with its tail and slap at Eleran behind it.
I'm resistant to physical damage right now because I'm raging.
Yes.
So I took a total of 31. So that's 15 or 16.
15.
Ow.
Yes.
That hurt.
The Grick is furious at this intrusion and is thrashing, tentacles flying everywhere, beaks, tails. It's it's quite.
I too am furious, you monster.
Beldas.
Well, my offensive options aren't great, so let's do something else instead. He will step here and he will cast Cure Wounds on Yorgos. How many spell slots do I have left? I don't have many. He will upcast this. So level 3, so it's let's see here, 1d8 plus a 3d8 plus 3. 11.
11. I'll take it.
It's like the worst roll ever. Standard bonus. Can't cast a spell that isn't a cantrip. Yeah, he's done.
Alright. Eleran.
Shoot it.
Kill it.
Yeah. How hurt does it look though?
Not very.
Yeah, I don't want to be in its reach. Not at all.
I can respect that.
So, considering I'm on 8 hit points. So I'll disengage
Yes.
and
run into the unexplored area.
Like the one time that we actually needed to protect.
well, here I'm like actually I'd be invisible. Well, to anything with dark vision, so I'm alright here. That'll be my turn. So I will check, obviously.
Yeah. Obviously.
If horrors await me.
When the Grick babies come get you, and you're like,
Grick babies.
So many Grick babies. They're not as cute as Baby Yoda.
Yorgos.
Oh. Glad we went this way first, or the other way, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna swing that halberd, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to step forward too?
I could, though I'm no great incentive to.
I would get sneak attack.
he's also raging, so like,
If you would like me to, then I can go forward. That certainly is less. Yeah, I can be tactical. I just have conditions I have to meet, which is hit something or take damage. So I need to or attack something or take damage. So I'll just try to do those things. I will not be reckless though. That seems a bit too much, right?
You could also bonus action hide to get yourself the combat match you need.
Hide?
By the way, not you.
Oh,
I need to be out of line of sight to do it. Which means I would...
Swing. Ooh, that's a crit on that one. Last one. Does the first one hit? No.
The first one does not.
Okay, that's kind of
Unless it
lucky
has
then because I
advantage.
crit on it, which means that the first target I hit in a round also gets my Radiant Divine Fury, and I believe that's a bonus thing that's also doubled on a crit.
Yes, that is correct.
So let me just roll here a 10 on that crit, and then Divine Fury. I believe it's a D6. Yes, and then D6.
Alright, so how
24.
how much of that is magical?
That would be 9 magical.
9 magical. And that would be. So now
I don't know how much.
That is 16 damage then in total to Grick.
And then I will bonus action to also try to smack with the butt of the halberd.
No, that is a miss.
Okay.
This
I really
game-
like
this
to
game
hit
is
this
very
thing,
tough.
but that's the way it goes.
That's very tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
Something
Tough
branch.
hide.
Something branch will get in there. Try to stab it as it's distracted. 19.
Nice.
That is a hit.
For sneak attack 14.
Yeah.
And then she will how far did I move? 15. Disengage and go here. I shouldn't be in Taerin's way there.
Taerin.
Couldn't have been Taerin's way anywhere. Well, Yorgos is in his barbarian field. Eleran has, who knows? He's
Vanished.
Not here.
Oof.
not my problem. Go ahead and move here, and use my action to lay on Yorgos. I will subtract 10 from my remaining 12 hit points, giving him an extra 10 hit points.
Oh, the magic of the dwarves fuels his power. You'll smack this damn tentacle monster.
That's Eyeless Tree, asshole, not a dwarf. Use my bonus action to shake my head, and then my...
A whole bonus action. Wow.
Yes. Grick Alpha. Well, let's see here. What is within its reach here? Snapping Branch is not, and Beldas is not. Then it will munch on the one that is screaming in its face. Because he's certainly drawing a lot of attention.
Seems reasonable.
So we'll do a tentacle attack against Yorgos. That's a hit.
Oh god.
And then we'll do a follow beak.
What the hell?
Well, the big
And
miss.
then, yeah, and then the tail slap.
It's insane
That's
damage.
Misses. That's good.
Smack, smack, smack.
I'll take half of that.
All right. Beldas.
It's like we could have just ditched this large creature in here and didn't have to come be...
But there's a statue of a Minotaur with gem eyes. That's
It
treasure.
could be Yorgos's mother.
The Mama Yorgos is
Same
You
mother
hear shouting from the distance.
corrupted by
she was a
God.
bitch. What can I say?
You know, that's not besides the point, man.
Besides the point. That's somebody's mother you stab gems into their eyes.
How rude.
I was very mad at this Grick.
Give me a sec, just checking something. Spells. So many spells.
Beldas
Alright.
is frantically flipping through his book.
Yeah,
I know something here.
he finds one. Points at Yorgos. A mighty divine shield of Moradin surrounds him as he casts Shield of Fate on him. For 10 minutes, you have +2 AC. And that's a bonus action. So he will step down. As a cantrip, he will Firebolt. That's so bad. Misses.
Yes. Eleran.
I fire my bow. 22, 18,
22 and 18 does hit.
23. It's technically a magical weapon, so magic.
Yes.
Magical damage.
Ugh. That certainly hurts the Grick. Yorgos.
Is doing what he's doing again. Got to keep that rage going by hitting it. So I mean, yeah, it's just laying into it, trying to cut the tentacles. Like he's
Yeah.
close to it now, so he's using the butt of the hill, but just like push it down its throat when it gets too close. Yeah. So trying to get this goddamn thing. He's tired of him. He needs to die and be destroyed. And if the next dungeon has like dolphins or something, that's gonna be great. For now, it's gonna fucking
Dolphins.
try to
Dolphin
get
level.
rid of these tentacle things. So we'll do an attack action.
Yeah.
It's not look good.
No, it's a miss, unfortunately.
All right, then we'll have to do the bonus. Oh, that's
It's
also
also a
a miss.
miss.
One. I'm making my attacks, but I'm not hitting it well. He swings and flails.
Wide swings. Snapping Branch.
Snapping Branch will do as she does, which is presumably dart in there and stab the thing.
Yes.
23
That is a hit.
for 21 piercing.
Grick looks mighty shaken at this point. It is resisting the damage a lot, but there is a lot of cuts and hacks into it now, and it is struggling.
She will also bonus action disengage and go here.
Alright. Taerin.
All right, move action is going to take me here, as he does not wish the creature to flee and end up being a greater that we've come here and engage it. Standard action shall be to apply his non-magical longs to the tail of the Grick Alpha. Ah.
Decapitate it.
First attack will be a 23.
Capital.
However, I will expend one of my 2 remaining spell slots for a Divine Smite. I hit a creature with melee open attack and I expend 1 Paladin spell slot to deal radiant damage to the target, so that's an extra 2d8 damage.
All right.
It'll be 15 points of radiant damage.
Yes. The brutal damage of Divine Illustrate hits the Grick and burns it, and just it thrashes and falls into a smoldering heap.
The second attack will be to sever off the tail. Aha!
The tail is severed off and like skitters away, like flailing, and like it undulates very nastily on the floor and like sprays blood everywhere.
Yorgos keeps fighting it for a minute.
Just hacking and cutting into it. Yeah, combat is over as the Grick Alpha is laid low.
Be gone, monstrosity.
Bleh.
It's like a slight cough and like something falls out. It's like a skull of something it's eaten.
I think we should look towards taking a short rest, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof.
Wow.
Snapping Branch will offer her using her amazingly expensive healing supplies again, but maybe just, having a breather will be enough.
maybe a breather. Eleran won't suggest it, though. I mean, what happened?
You can take a short rest in this upside down throne room if you want.
Upside down throne.
All right, an hour of the upside down throne room. Don't think about it.
With a
the
statue of Mine
throne
as well.
hangs like suspended upside down near the ceiling. It doesn't really move or anything. It just hangs there.
I mean, since Snapping Branch doesn't really... Actually, no, let's not mess with things while we wait.
No.
That seems better.
But Snapping Branch, it is ever so glittery up there.
Yeah, there's like a big red button.
You have been
what's the word?
compelled.
Imagine.
It has 2 tickets to the thing you love.
2 tickets to the thing you love.
Is that really my hit die? It is really my hit die. I had to question what my hit die were for a minute there.
Where it were?
What my hit die were.
Lost it.
Lost it, you know.
I looked at it on my sheet and it's like D10 and I was like, our range is really D10. I checked. They
Yes.
are.
They are, yeah, it's true.
I'm gonna spend some hit die to,
When you heal using
Heal?
hit die, you don't get any bonus to it, right? It's just straight up
No.
die.
Unless you have like a bard who can do the healing stuff.
I'm sorry.
You add the character's Constitution modifier, page
That was what I
187.
was looking for, thank
Had
you.
the con mod? If only I had one.
Beldas would like to use a short rest to use his arcane recovery to get some spell
Yes.
slots back.
Certainly.
You'll get 2 level 1 spell slots back.
He reads
Mm,
thoughtfully in a book.
Really.
Reads a book.
That'll do. That'll do.
Let's
That'll
get rid of that zone.
I did not know that you add your con modifier, even if it's negative.
No, I totally forgot that. I'm sorry I treated you guys in the last 5e campaign.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not like a bard, myself or anything.
Like you never learnt all of these things.
Yeah, it was never really a thing. It's just every time your character just exploded in radiant light and everything was
It was
fixed.
like
Every
40
short rest.
for a short rest. Just
Yeah, it was glorious, and I got all my spell slots back as well. So
Yeah,
it was like,
life.
oh yeah, I've got all of these spells that heal as well. So let me just heal all of you back up, and now we'll rest.
Life clerics, man.
Life Cleric.
Crazy, crazy stuff.
Fucking loved it. It was so good. So powerful. So powerful.
All right. Well, with the short rest taken, what would you like to do?
Do we interact or talk with each other at all during?
Yeah, do you?
you,
sit-
of course, sitting there
Yeah.
looking at these things like, these things are really beginning to make me angry.
Yes, I would agree.
Scraping slime off his chest.
They're quite troublesome.
I didn't know that there were so many variations of tentacled abominations. I wonder if we'll see any more. Although I'd rather not, I think.
I really want to ask if I can do a survival to tell if Eleran knows if flumps exist.
You know.
The next hour is just spent by
Eleran telling you
Eleran listing
stories.
tentacled abominations.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you don't. Yeah, until the rest of us just leave the dungeon.
Well,
forever.
tentacle monstrosities, because
Sure.
that's what I have of proficiency in.
And you always also look at this like creepy Minotaur thing, like
Yeah.
it's right there staring. So
Yeah. It sits on the throne, mummified,
just,
upside down.
what are we going to do about that?
We should probably take a closer look.
The eyes look valuable.
Well, if
I do not
The-
know that it would be any interesting fight to deal with it. So
Do me mindful of another potential curse.
I was just about to mention, if the stories of others similarly sized statues with gems for eyes are any indication, they don't always end in treasure.
I will.
Though they can.
I will quickly say maybe we could wait a couple of minutes to see if Valky returns. He's dropped.
Who is this Valky? I do not recall him being a member of the Green Order.
Yeah, we'll take a 5-minute break here because then I can go to the bathroom.
Perfect. I'll
Okay.
refill my
all
drink.
right.
Yep, 5-minute break.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a big dungeon. It's like level 1 and there's like
You know, yeah.
30 levels.
Then again, I mean,
Or maybe like 23 at least.
I'm sure we begin skipping between them too. I mean, it's just like you know, you want to look in every nook and cranny because there's gonna be secret like cool stuff around.
There's already going to be secret doors we missed, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Oh, definitely.
Although, isn't there a spell like find secret doors?
There used to be detect secret doors.
Oh, there's not. Okay.
That said, I mean, you know, this room was certainly far enough in and well enough defended that I think there could be genuine treasure. Like, compared to an empty room with an open door that has a magic shining sword, you're like,
Yeah.
Then again, why is it here? I mean, probably because the Mad Wizard needed the place to put it while he's redecorating some other level, right?
Finding genuine treasure would be a nice change of pace. So far, the most profitable opportunity has been that other adventurer.
You pickpocket him, yeah. He's gonna be so mad when he gets up there and sees that he doesn't have his wallet to buy drinks. Then again, I mean, this little sort of southern area seems to be somewhat cleared out at this point, which is nice.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
No Valky still. He's probably lost power or something, knowing his rural Irish living.
Maybe.
Be a shame.
I don't think you just rage quit like
Oh god.
short rest. I would never.
No. It's
You're
probably
going strong on this dungeon. You playing hardcore mode.
Yeah,
The rest.
we just failed the achievement run. Come on, guys.
The achievement run's over. Can't play this anymore. I need 100% it if we're going to do this right.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see what's in the dungeon, right? And this is kind of like some Gricks, okay. There certainly has been a strong theme of tentacles, haven't there? So I figure.
It's been a very Grick theme.
Will the other ones have tentacle? Like, oh no, not tentacle, probably not. But other themes. That sounds kind of like
Other themes. Like go through a tunnel,
like
new
aquatic
theme.
level. And there's like an ooze level.
I really hope there's not an underwater level.
There
That
will
would
be
be
underwater
disappointing.
level.
I don't want there to be an underwater
I
level.
have no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, but they always
There'll
suck.
be underwater level. Well, for us, yeah.
They'll definitely suck for us. Also,
This
I'm
is
wondering.
probably like an in-character conversation. Oh, that's probably water with dolphins, and then Eleran from the back.
Yeah.
I'm also waiting for the day where we actually have to take a long rest and food comes into the equation.
I mean, that's true. As we go further down, I might want to go up all the way.
Because I did take Goodberry as one of my spells.
Goodberry is nice.
Goodberry is good, actually.
It's a classic for dungeon delve, certainly.
Yeah. So I'm keeping that one first level spell like unused for the time being.
Alright, is everyone back?
Apart from Valky, but I have a feeling he's probably not got power.
Yeah, there's been some storms and stuff lately, so
Yeah.
his power has been a bit wonky.
Yeah, so that would be my guess, is that he has no power.
Well, we will proceed then, while Beldas is in deep contemporary study of the spellbook he found. But yeah, let's continue as you have finished your short rest.
Let's. All right, who wants to poke the Minotaur's eyes?
I do. Like, Jonas, could you describe the throne again? Like, how far up is it? Like, all the way at the ceiling?
Yes, it is 20 feet up.
Okay, well, Lightning Round will approach carefully and just can she spot anything unusual, anything that screams like this thing is cursed?
Well, curses would be Arcana.
If only we had a wizard.
There's no like inscription that says "Woe be unto those who."
I mean, not that you can see. Or at least not in any language that you would recognize.
What about like the the debris and rubble around. Is there anything interesting there? That seems comparatively safe to look through.
Well, you can give me an investigation check of the rubble.
Okay. Investigate the rubble. 21.
She wouldn't believe that the rubble was perhaps a plinth or like a raised dais or something where the throne sat, and it has been smashed, and the throne has like floated to the ceiling. She's not necessarily sure why this is, but if you for some reason were to put down or together all of these things again, it might create like a dais for the throne to sit on.
So the throne once sat on a dais, presumably on the floor. But for some reason it now floats at the ceiling. But it is like the throne that has floated to the ceiling, and there isn't like reverse gravity on the ceiling.
I mean, standing underneath the throne, looking through the debris, the stones are surprisingly light, and Snapping Branch herself feels kind of light. Maybe there is something wonky going on with the gravity.
Well, she has a climb suite. She'll climb up wall and feel the ceiling.
All right. Snapping Branch scuttles up the wall and along the ceiling. As she gets closer and feels that yes, in fact, there seems like gravity is reversed, and at a certain point, probably the reverse gravity field takes hold and like puts everything, towards the ceiling instead of the floor.
Well, how about that?
Yes, how about that?
What's going on up there?
It appears I am standing on the ceiling.
And that seems indeed to be the case as you look up.
Taerin like blinks. Oh. All right.
Quite frankly, I can't give you a more satisfying answer because I do not have any. There's most definitely magic involved, but
This is Alistair's dungeon. Taerin just like nods, like, yeah, it makes sense. Fucking wizard.
there's perhaps even more magic than usual, which is worrying, hence my caution. Perhaps once Beldas snaps out of his introspection, he may be able to divine some answers for this.
Well, you
If
can
that
just
ever
climb
happens.
back down, right? Or up, or... you can, like, climb and get back to where we are, right?
That she'll try, or is she cursed to forever roam the ceiling?
Cursed to be on the ceiling forever. No, you can climb out of the anti-gravity place, and you'll snap to normal gravity as soon as you step outside.
So there's like a pillar of reverse gravity for a reason? I don't want to touch the statue before some magical inclined person has had a thought about it, because that seems like could lead to terrible things.
I just got back from Valkybear that his power is indeed out. He doesn't know when it will return.
Oh.
Looks like you're making a choice on your own on whether you want those gemstones.
Yep.
Well, her usual approach would be, has she heard about statues like this elsewhere? Like, is this like... There's probably like a tavern where amazingly strong mages go and they talk between themselves about all the devious traps they've made. So they appear in multiple places.
Well, I mean, what kind of skill check would you suggest?
Like a history, maybe. Hallister steals stuff from other places. Maybe this sort of thing is from somewhere else, where it has already made its way into history books and such.
Sure. You can roll history, see if she remembers a story about upside down statues.
No.
No. Gee. there's a lot of weird things, but she has not heard of any particular stories involving an upside down statue before.
I mean, if we're definitely certain that we want to travel on and we're not gonna get Beldas's expertise on this, then I suppose poking the statue is the next step.
Yes. Does she poke the statue?
It's a bad idea. Let's do it.
All right.
She'll
What
climb
exactly
back
does-
up.
All right, she climbs back up. What exactly does she do to the statue when she's back up?
We'll get very close and look at the gems first of all. How are they attached to the statue? Like,
I will say as an amusing quip, if you fall unconscious, I can't reach.
that is true.
They look like they have been slammed into the ice with some force.
Okay, force is good. And there's no. I'm being very careful, by the way, if you haven't noticed.
Yes, I'm noticing.
And there's no obvious signs of like a mechanical trap of some sort.
Not that she can spot.
I don't want to do this.
They might just be gems, man.
All right, she's gonna poke the gems.
She pokes the gems. Does she poke them or take them?
No, she'll poke first.
She pokes one of the gems, and nothing happens.
Then she'll take one of the gems.
Okay, the gem is rather stuck.
I mean, she has tools. She can like lever it free, probably.
Certainly. Give me a dexterity check with Thieves' Tools proficiency.
Catch Eleran.
23.
All right. Gingerly, she uses her Thieves' Tools to like unhook and like carefully remove the gems. The mummified corpse seem rather frail, but with that roll, she's able to actually detach the gems without disturbing it further. She now has 2 gems. They're 2 zircons. They're worth 50 gold each.
Beautiful.
I can keep track of those along with the treasure that we got in Session 1.
Yeah,
Real
sure.
treasure.
All right, and with that, she will stop poking things. Mission accomplished. Let's not tempt fate.
Very well then. She can climb down without incident.
Well, that wasn't so bad. As far as devious magical traps go, I don't even know if this was a trap still.
Taerin has a think. He says, "We are done with this portion of this level."
I believe so. I don't remember any forks that we haven't gone through. There could, of course, still be secret doors we haven't seen. But
They can remain secrets for the next party.
exactly.
It was suggested by the ghost lady that we try south. It doesn't seem like there's a way south from here, but we could go back to the other way.
Taerin, stands up, rolls his begins moving down this way, presuming that this passage will link up with the tunnel early.
Yes.
Also, just to make sure I didn't miss something, this Minotaur's mummy only has one head, right?
It only has 1 head, yes.
Good. It's a throne. Could be a king, but it's not two-headed. I assume that would be obvious.
It is not 2-headed, no.
All right. Then, with your permission, God, I'll just move myself back to this.
That is fine.
Okay.
I assume you will take the southern part, like the sun tunnel back.
Yeah.
Snapping branch.
Hmm.
When she moves here, she can faintly hear something, as if it's like echoing through the wall. Perhaps it's hard to say. But she thinks she hears like hammer beats like if someone hitting metal with hammer. Seemingly
There's-
coming from somewhere beyond here.
There's totally a secret door up there, but she can't figure it out. She'll like move towards the others, pointing at the wall up here, like where she felt the little draft, and say, I'm 90% certain there might be a secret door up that way, and I'm hearing noises beyond it, but I
Oh no,
can't
it was from down
locate-
south. Sorry, I pointed down here.
Oh, down south.
Yes.
Oh, then she will not say what she just said, because I misunderstood. And likely as we're moving down here, sort of mention that she's hearing noises that way. But there's probably not any secret doors in the like rough stone, so
Hmm.
I'd say then as we're traveling south, she'll take like a closer look at the walls here
Certainly.
to see if there's any doors down there.
And that is a perception check.
No.
There, she does not identify any doors.
No, secret doors shall stay secret longer than.
I don't think we need to go back to the room with the Revenant. We can just go
Well, I
through
mean, we
this
told
door.
him we would come back.
Oh yeah, that way, right?
I mean, like, we still haven't made a judgment, it seems, on whether or not we actually want to assist
That's
him
true.
with.
That's true.
As by the bar relief. How's it going?
Hey, don't have a bronze face yet.
Head back to this, where this was the furthest back we could go, where it also seems to have unexplored branches. There at that T intersection.
It would be how to get south. Yeah.
Let's travel with this way then. Are any noises like as we travel down here?
Give me 1 sec. Someone is poking me on my phone. It is my dear mother. Excuse me.
Are you role playing right now?
Do you have your friends over?
I want to play Mutant Year Zero too.
I have bake some cookies. Mom.
No, Mom, I'm being cool on the internet.
I like to imagine that's actually how he answers the phone to her. What, Mom?
No. I'm sure Jonas is very sweet to his mother.
Oh, I'm
busy
sure
with
he
this
is.
story.
I am
Sugary sweet.
in the words of Bill from Kill Bill. I have never been nice, but I try my best to be sweet. Alright, Snapping Branch will look down the corridors. She will see many mysterious things. That is exactly corridors.
Okay.
Are there any sounds or tracks, perhaps? I believe this was mentioned to be like sort of the area that was recently traveled through.
Well,
Can I have a look?
I mean, sure.
there is. Let me see here.
Someone take Beldas.
In tracks. Well, looking down here, actually, she does see that there's actually light in this corridor. In fact, there's light all the way down the corridor, coming from sconces fused into the walls, where where candles are set and burning at regular intervals, like through the place here. So she can see down the entire thing, actually.
Do you still want to go first, Eleran?
Nah. I mean, I can. I've got slightly better stealth than
Also
you.
notices that this place is conspicuously free of dust and debris and cobwebs. It is as if it's swept regularly.
Like if someone was sweeping it for a king.
Hmm. Mysterious. Well, Eleran, if you wish to lead, then feel free.
Hmm.
Intersection. Extends his hand. Find him the turns. And he'll go this way.
All right. Oh. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
Where everything froze for a second.
Ah.
I was like, no, my internet.
No, they're about to get to the interesting part.
Damn. I've had my voice ready for this and everything.
Ah!
Fools, you have. Bzzt. Like,
Crazy carnival room, and then Jonas is gone. You're like, well,
still, this amazing treasure is in front of you, and
I don't even know what this means. I wouldn't trust a pile of treasure.
not in this place.
Taerin chugs along. He's looking up the ceiling a whole lot, expecting more like beaked tentacle things to come get him.
Certainly, certainly.
We'll just keep forgetting that Taerin doesn't need him to be all back here because of the darkness. Yeah.
All right, turn around the corner. There is a large mirror set into the wall.
Oh no, my beard, he says.
um, yeah, it is a large mirror set from like floor to ceiling in a large arch. The arch is carved in stone and bronze work, and seems to be featuring the graven image of a human wizard wielding a wand, and it's sort of on either side of it. So they like the wizard reaching up with the wand from both sides. It's like forming the archway where the mirror is set.
Yorgos, is this one of these, gate things?
Oh. Does it look like how he remembers Gate looking?
I mean, it could be. As he approaches, there seems to be some mist, like on the glass almost.
You nod slightly. It could be. She'll step a little closer. A little closer, just sort of mesmerized.
These portals are not one way, are they?
Some are. Sort of.
And
The
it would
one I
potentially
used
be
last time was.
it would be potentially dangerous to approach too closely, else you get sucked through.
It was potentially dangerous to come down into the Undermountain. Are you accusing Yorgos of being afraid?
Not at all.
I am not afraid.
Charge the mirror.
It is just that risks are worth pointing out so they can be properly put on a scale to
Where
see
the
if
risk? I had hoped to face this two-headed king before moving on from this place.
Risk properly pointed out, like when you stole the money pouch off of that man.
You stole a money pouch?
She stole a money pouch.
I don't think... The tavern, I think, has rules against that sort of behavior.
Well, the tavern does, but I think down here, all right, I don't know what came over.
Avarice.
Avarice, perhaps. Perhaps I simply thought that whatever he had in said pouch was probably looted from down here, and he did not seem like one who would deserve it, perhaps.
You nod slowly. He seemed scared, instead of facing his foes head-on. If you think he gathered it here, should have... Jesus. Then again... He huffs slightly, and picks out the little book he has, sort of human-sized book, and begins flipping through it to see if he can find anything Tempest says about stealing from scared people in a dungeon. Most likely.
The book doesn't seem to have too much of that as he flips through it.
I mean, he's read the whole thing, but again, he has this figure that's probably not something like, it's looking for answers really in the text, and usually it gives him advice as he looks. Sees that this is a be fearless on a page. That's all it says on that page. looks at it and sort of turns it around, thinks about that. Is it fearless to take, fearless to break social norms? You know, that could be something.
Sure.
But at what norms should be broken and which one should be held? Because as he shifts it, it says obey the rules of war, and war could mean many things to Yorgos. I mean, you know, it could be a war within oneself, whether or not it's good or bad to steal someone's money, pouch, or dungeon.
This is the kind of like a spiritual guidance that requires like a member of like like an ordained cleric of Tempest.
He's never had that. But he's sort of thinking about this. It's sort of against the wall a little bit. He begins to think about murmuring to himself. You know, like he when he thinks really hard, he sometimes talks a little bit too to get through it. Not because he's like particularly stupid. He's just uneducated to the point of having little reference for a lot of what he reads.
Taerin is like looking through the mirror that's like reflecting the book, and he's like seeing in reverse, like "Be fearless." And Taerin's like, "What the hell? What's that?"
It's, I feel like this interpretation of Tempest would be considered heretical in some circles, but
I mean, another page just says hammers, so
looks at his halberd, frowns.
Well, he figures if he blunts it by hitting things enough, you know, that'll count as well.
Are halberds heretical in Tempest's eyes? Who can say?
So this mirror.
Yes, there is slight smoke on its surface.
I mean,
We could just ignore it then, Snapping Branch. We wouldn't want to take the risk.
What if
Snapping
it
Branch
was
will select another of her now 1997 ball bearings
Yes.
and just lob it at the mirror.
I figured you picked it up after using
Just
it.
shoots a lightning bolt down the fucking corridor.
Yes. The portal opens to inside of Mount Hote now, and lava for like yes.
Oh my god! The dwarves have dug too greedily. Run!
They're reacting reflections.
The aqueduct system.
It's the only thing that could break the dwarven hold. Like the
Turn
man.
It's very dwarven to have like a teleportation circle to magma.
Yeah. Well, the ball bearing hits the mirror and nothing seems to happen.
Oh, you have to hit it harder. You see? Take the halberd.
Full of like terrifying ideas of like what wizards can do. It just chooses to like.
Does Yorgos hit the mirror with a halberd?
I mean, he'll look to Snapping Branch and see them sort of move away.
The,
He looks at the book.
the point was not to break the mirror, but just to see if the ball bearing would be spirited away, but perhaps it only works on creatures.
Hey, Beldas, come back with me here, please.
Otherwise, I would think that someone would shoot an arrow through every now and then. He looks at. Do you want to touch it, or should I just smash it right now?
I would like neither. Perhaps we should find the two-headed king first, and then we can see where this takes us.
There is something satisfying in smashing glass.
Oh, I'm sure there is, but this glass may lead to great treasures if it remains unsmashed.
Taerin looks at Eleran in the well-lit corridor and just shakes his head.
I'll come back.
He just shakes his head in return. Just like, you know, that
It is
disappointed head shake.
You need to carry like Yorgos, but the other way around. You need to carry your own darkness.
That's what I need. Yeah, that's clearly what I need.
Carries it with his soul.
Anti-light torch.
You just be like Garrett from Thief and have like water arrows and just put out all of these things one by one.
Like stairs slowly go down the corridor.
It'd be fucking fun. You'd be like, fucking elves, man. What the hell?
What even is a water arrow? How does that work?
Fucking wizard did it.
Fucking
Damn it.
wizards. I bet there is
To
such a
slay this two-headed king.
Pathfinder would have water arrows, and you fucking know it.
Pretty sure.
Yes, it'd be another supplement of water artillery ammo. Six subclass.
For the
300
cannon wizard.
the 300-page supplement, of course.
Alright.
Taerin returns to the T intersection.
Yes. The party returns to the T intersection.
He says, Yorgos, why don't you have the honor of going ahead? You're a bit quicker than me. Something else springs out for... you can react better.
He shrugs, sure. He's got no real problem with that. So just move forward. I mean, it seems like there's a path there. So these are torches just sort of sit there?
They are candles being
Candles?
lit in sconces. Yeah,
Is there a lot of like... Well, I guess someone cleaned this path. Okay.
it is spotless. Yeah.
Are they all like equally long?
Yes.
Okay, so they're replaced regularly at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, he comes over here. He sees like there's like a path south and then a path north, a door. What's the door
Yes.
like?
It is a wooden door similar to the one you found Kellum in.
Oh. Well, a treasure door.
As it's called, yes.
In common parlance, yes.
So we hide treasures.
Take a look around the corner here, warily. You know, he may not be afraid, but he's still cautious. Tactics can be used to win.
For sure.
Well, all right. Let's open the door.
Alright. The
Ta-da!
door creaks open into what seems to be another janitor's supply closet.
Aha!
It is empty. And yeah, quite dirty in here actually. It doesn't seem like whatever's cleaning the corridors and replacing the candles is actually in here.
Is there anything like
The last
Like a
one had a
bucket or
hatch in the
something?
ceiling.
candles?
Sorry, what?
Is there like a bucket and candles and stuff in there?
No.
Might want to check this place for. Well, it seemed like something was found in the other one.
The last one had a somewhat hidden hatch in the ceiling, I believe.
Take a look.
Does this one have one too? She will look or investigate, whichever is appropriate.
Perception, yes.
Right. Plus 7. Oh, that's not good.
No secret passages or anything like that can be spotted. Unfortunately.
What kind of stuff is in there?
Dust, cobwebs, empty stone shelves.
Oh, empty shelves. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever cleans these hallways doesn't go in there.
Let's see if we can find the king down here. This way.
Janitor.
Good.
Like a dog.
Borf? Borf.
Use like ghost sound. Janitor.
It's like the foxes from Avatar: Last Airbender, the like secret library.
Secret library foxes?
Mm.
I see.
They'd go out into the world and find information to bring back to the spirit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Seems to be another turning point here. We'll take a look in there. Oh my. Seems there's 2 passages. Perhaps there might be more goblins trying to flank around us like before.
Taerin, says, I haven't heard any. Haven't seen their footprints in the dirt. He, looks down and there's no,
something
dirt.
cleans the dust.
Oh, wouldn't be
They're not
goblins.
used to it.
Goblins wouldn't clean.
No. Let's take a look. One way is as good as any other.
All right.
I can't drag Snapping Branch with.
I mean, he's literally looking for a fight. You know?
You don't even have to be with us if you don't want to, Halldamir. You can go be in the darkness. I'll go my own way.
No, I'm fine. I was gonna drag Snapping Branch with us, but I can't.
Trusting his passive perception to see if there's anything bad going on.
Oh yeah, you don't have ownership. There you go. Now you do.
Hmm.
It's a labyrinth. You should feel right at home. Wait, is that racist?
Oh, that's
It's just
racist.
follow one of the
Oh,
paths.
so you didn't want to call the dwarves on the racism, but now the Minotaur.
No, he
Taerin will
gets
go
this a
this way,
lot.
while
Yeah.
Yorgos goes this way.
Yeah.
At the count of 3, we'll turn the corner. 1, 2, 3.
Ah!
Roll
Good.
initiative twice.
The corridor seems to end in like a cave-in, or there's similar like a ragged, just tear over there, similar to what you saw in the random corridor you passed through before. Like if someone maybe built this and then was like, bah! And he just stopped.
Taerin calls out, "Dead end on my side.
Same here.
Natural cave ending, like dungeon just doesn't continue."
He nods, looking at the natural cave ending that doesn't continue.
He does not.
At least
Is
it's not
it-
far to go check the other path.
Just a spotless here.
Yes.
Okay. The lights are continuing, like the candles on the
Yep.
walls as well. Okay.
Yep.
And I assume
really wants to
passive
light this
perception does
place.
not reveal any secrets.
No further secrets at this time.
Just no secrets.
How strange. But isn't this an apt description for this entire place?
Quite.
It is. We haven't seen any little dwarfs either.
What'd you say?
Well, it turns out there's no secret path to the south. The ghost was lying, quite clearly.
I was referring to the description or hint we found earlier on a skeleton.
Stepping Branch notices something.
Ooh, tell me.
There seems to be some slight pebbles suspended in mid-air here.
Yorgos, are you seeing this? She pokes one of the pebbles.
As she pokes the pebble,
Oh no.
It's gonna be great.
something sort of it's like reality wobbles in front of her.
We're so fucked.
All right.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Go to
no.
initiative. As the gelatinous cube janitor surges
Yep.
into action.
Yep. Yep.
Candles
Well,
down.
At least we didn't walk into it.
Grimthir's thinking, suspiciously clean, like 2x2. Okay.
Do I just
Yeah,
move
like,
move Beldas? Like,
Yeah, remove him. He's not in the
We'll put him in the closet.
yeah, I'm gonna put him in the closet.
The gelatinous cube clearly doesn't go there.
All right. Let's see here. We will sort. Yes, a
Oh
classic.
no.
All right, Eleran.
Wait, what? That's not sorted right.
That's not solid at
I
all.
sorted. Wait.
There
we go.
There we go.
Eleran.
That was a fucked kind of sort. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I want this thing to die pretty quick. I'm gonna use one of my second level spell slots for Zephyr Strike. I don't think it increases anything.
Don't put anything in it that you might want back.
I'm gonna shoot it. I don't need arrows. Well, I don't need to get them back all the time. So 21 and 24?
Yeah, certainly all hits.
I'm just gonna fucking leave. I got 35 plus 10, so 35 plus 45 plus 10. Because...
What? Wait, what?
Oh no, sorry. I have
So do-
35
How
normal.
much?
Okay, so I got 30 feet normal plus 35 feet normal plus the 30 from Zephyr Strike plus 10 from Gloomstalker. in the first round.
Yeah, no, Eleran just disappears like Roadrunner down the corridor.
Well, he doesn't disappear. How
He
low
doesn't
is-
That's true,
disappear.
yeah, you see him like dashing away.
But longbows have like a range of like 140, I
Oh
think.
no,
it is.
that's true. All right, so let's see here.
Howard.
How many hits did you do? 3?
So, what's the? I mean, does 12 hit?
Yeah,
21,
no,
a 12, and a
hits.
24.
So that's 23, 30 on the dot.
30 on the dot. Yep, the arrows go inside the cube. It wobbles a little bit, and they melt.
Lucas says Albert.
4 of the piercing from the first one was force. I guess he takes 2 extra damage.
Yeah, 2 extra damage.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right, Yorgos.
Oh, well, Snapping Branch is right here. Yorgos can't really get in a place where he's more in the way of this thing to protect Snapping Branch, but what he can do is try to get some attention by smacking. You know, swing that halberd and hope it doesn't burn up.
Yes, those are all hits.
25. Slumming, chopping into the
Yep, slip, slap, slop.
jello.
Yep, the halberd is fine. Doing this
Doesn't
like
stay long
part-
enough inside it too.
All right, the cube. It undulates as if disturbed, and then it shall move. It moves like this. Snapping Branch would need to do a dex save.
Oh, I can do dex saves. Maybe. Shouldn't have said that.
Let's see here. That is just enough.
Okay.
So she is pushed 5 feet back from the cube.
All right.
However, the cube will continue to move.
Red cube.
Here. So dex saves again.
All right, now I have
By the
danger
way-
sense. I have advantage on dex saves.
Okay.
It doesn't save me. Terrible
Snapping
rolls.
Branch is pushed 5 feet in front of the cube, and then the cube will move once again with Yorgos still inside of it. So a third saving throw for Snapping Branch. Yes. All right. Wonderful. If Yorgos gets engulfed, the cube like sucks him in, and he just floats in there. The sensation is awful. It is being suspended in cold, wobbly jello that also is quite acidic and eats away horribly at your skin. And as such, it shall do. You will take 10 acid damage.
Okay.
From being inside the cube.
At the end of its turn.
The cube will then do a wobbly pseudopod, snapping at Snapping Branch, trying to club it. See if she can. Clubbed.
Am I restrained in here or something?
Let's see here. You are seen, but you have total cover.
Or can I just walk out? Like,
You cannot walk out. Let's see here. You are restrained in there, so you will have to do like try to break out of the restraint.
12 is a miss.
Yes.
Is he able to breathe while he's in there?
No.
I think so.
Oh, sorry. You take additional 11 acid damage. Sorry, I looked at the wrong entry here. You're actually engulfed with now.
so I take 21.
Yeah, 21 acid.
Wow.
That's a.
Wow.
I did think 10 HP was like really generous. I was like, that's not bad. I can take 10.
And this is why I ran 75 feet.
Yeah, trying to break out is a strength check. But
Or I
as
can
the
attack
top-
it, I assume.
You can attack. Yeah, you can move. You have disadvantage on attack from inside because you're like engulfed in jello. But you certainly can. Snapping Branch.
Snapping Branch will stab the roost. 23.
I
a
stayed for
hit.
you.
Boom, boom.
I assume sneak attack works.
Yeah, you can sneak attack and ooze somehow.
All right. 16 as she finds the weak spot. Let's not think about it.
Yeah. There's some
And-
organs floating in there. Maybe she hits one of those.
Maybe. And then
Sort of
she will bonus action disengage and move like here, ready to dart in again, but hopefully far enough to not have to worry too much.
All right. Taerin.
Taerin, like, blinks, like, looks at Yorgos, looks at this sort of thing. He doesn't really know better. Not him. I think what he'll do is we'll go ahead and move him here. An incident will be for him to think about how he could be on a boat somewhere right now, sipping a. And a standard action from him is to lift up his for Nature's Wrath. This is I can cause spectral vines to spring up and reach for a creature within 10 feet of me that I can. The creature must succeed on a strength or dexterity saving throw, its choice, or be restrained.
Oh no.
He's going to try and restrain the gelatinous cube.
Okay, sure.
Amazing.
Let's see if the gelatinous cube can be restrained. It'll do a strength check, I believe. Let's do this with +4.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be a 16. Sorry.
As it turns out, the spectral vines don't have much experience with like grabbing onto.
Yeah. Like, what the heck? I can't.
So I still have my my movement then, right? Like, because I only move like 5 spaces, I can
Yes.
continue along. Well, he did that. That didn't work out well. He saw how it just engulfed the damn Minotaur. I think he's going to use the rest of his 20 feet to end up your level with Snapping Branch.
All right.
He doesn't know how to get Yorgos out of there yet.
Eleran.
I'm gonna shoot it.
you
Does it
will.
have cover now since you have to like shoot through us?
No, it's a big cube. It's like
Okay,
20
I
feet, so you can shoot over without
He
problem.
just has to
Alright.
miss you.
Plus, even with a -2, I think my minimum is a 9.
Yeah,
Like
you are
10 on a 2, so-
unable to miss it unless you roll a 1.
So, 16 piercing.
All right.
No magical ghoulies, just magical weapon.
Track how many arrows you shoot at it because they get eaten.
Okay, it's fine.
You've shot 5 so far.
Yep, I have indeed.
All right, Yorgos.
All
you
right,
are-
tell me about breaking free of the thing.
Yes, Yorgos is suspended in acidic goop. He can try to break out with a strength check.
As an action?
Yes.
Okay.
An action.
Well, I suppose we'll try it. Am I proficient in strength checks? Just the question. Can I be? Is that a thing?
That'd be
No.
Not
That's
checks.
saving
a
throw.
strength checks. Yeah, no.
Oh, well, that's very swingy then.
Mhm. Yes, that is just enough to break free of it.
Okay, can I pick my side? Because I'd like to get out
Yes.
this side.
You can pick your side. Yep, that's fine.
All right, and then I'll take an attack of opportunity, I guess, to leave.
All right. Yep, it'll pod you as you walk away.
Up.
Yep, 9 acid damage.
Yes, I took a lot of damage there, and I'll take a lot more. Okay.
All
That's it.
right. It's just Joris comes
Falls back.
barreling out of the cube. It's just acid.
Ripping his
dripping.
way out.
Yeah.
Moving through us would be difficult terrain. Don't know whether you factored in that.
No, I didn't.
Aha, it's the cube. It is time for cubing. Then double move. Yes.
Oh,
no,
it's so
I
quick.
get to attack it
Dex.
like that.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, I rolled
Oh.
a 14!
yeah. Oh. There, yeah.
Amazing.
Dodges out with the shield taking the brunt of the force. Taerin like pushed back. All right, the cube is done. Snapping branch.
Why is it so quick?
Taerin
How
looks
does it
very
move?
much like he is
It-
not going to be staying
That
here
was
to
a
fight
double move.
fucking out. Yeah,
it
was a double move.
moves with startling alacrity for being a
Yeah.
large cube.
8.
Yes, that is a hit.
Good. Take it
I
out.
literally have to fumble.
Yeah.
Bonus action, disengage, and GTFO actually.
It's like you're running in a little circle there.
Whee!
I mean, this should be far enough.
All right. Taerin.
Bonus action to Misty Step.
All right.
No. 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 Incidental to pull out a javelin. Action to throw the javelin at the cube.
All right.
I crit that.
Crit it.
Critical
So
damage!
there'll be 12 damage halved to 6.
Yes.
It was another
like-
double
Yeah,
20.
yeah, I actually rolled 2 20. And then he'll use his move action to move another 25 feet. No, absolutely not. Like, there's no treasure in that. There's no honor in that. The cube's not evil. It's just a fuck
It's just doing its job, damn it.
not having there.
Alright.
We
Eleran.
could just leave, but we might encounter it elsewhere later, so...
I mean, I'm gonna shoot it.
Seems reasonable if you have enough arrows.
I brought many arrows
Crit
with
the
me.
last one.
Yeah, last one is a crit.
Sure, yeah, sure it is.
Roll another d10.
It's D8
Oh.
for longbows. 18 piercing damage. And I moved
Yes.
just far enough back.
I have no
Yorgos.
interest in fighting this thing. I'm not worried about this thing coming after us in the dungeon. I want out. Bah.
Bash.
All right, smash, bash, bish. Let's see here.
Bad cube.
It is a bad cube. It's 20. Oh gosh. The many slashes and cuts wobble into the cube. It is about to fall apart. There's like big chunks of it is just dribbling on the floor, and it's just it doesn't seem to be holding on very well currently.
We'll go here.
All right, the cube. It launches forward. Turbo mode. Ah.
Yes. Hello.
Snapping branch.
But I don't get sneak attack, so I have no interest in actually attacking this thing. I mean, she's gonna try. She's gonna stab it a little bit.
All right.
Oh, that's not the right button. That's the right button.
That's a hit. Yes.
6,
3 damage,
3.
which is enough to vanquish the cube. What does it look like when Snapping Branch kills the gelatinous cube with a dagger?
Well, it's a rapier. It's a little larger.
All right, sure.
She like gets the idea of, and then like slices with the rapier instead, ever so gingerly, and like parts the sea like Moses did, as the cube just falls apart.
It sure does. The cube falls ripped and trashed to the floor. The spotless corridor now filled with acidic goop as it bubbles and hisses and it just deflates really.
Curses herself for not remembering all the famous stories about these things.
You're gonna smell like a bit like burnt hair and a pig skin.
Ew.
Seared up.
Ugh.
Well, that explains why the floors are so clean, but I do not think that an ooze would restock candles, now would it?
I don't think a king would live here. Let's go smash the mirror.
Eleran just looks at Taerin. Like, are we really the only two sane ones here?
Taerin looks at Eleran like he doesn't have an answer. Taerin just looks like he has a nope etched on his face. No thanks. He'd rather die drowning in the sea than die drowning in.
It's very unpleasant.
Beldas,
No.
you made the right choice in this clause.
Yorgos figures that's probably time to sit down for a short rest, you know?
I mean,
He got all burned up there. He needs to.
I'm out of spell slots completely.
He's got another rage in him. But, couple more hit dice.
In terms of resources, all I've expended today is
2
4
barbarians.
barbarians.
It is very useful though to have that misstep like as a heavy armored like.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Oh yeah, my 25-foot movement dwarf. I'm like,
It just steps through the magical mists he produces and pops up. So yeah, it's very nice.
usually use that to get closer to combat. I'm glad I could use that to get away from combat.
Eldritch Knight expeditious retreat towards the enemy.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. All right, you can take a short rest.
Hmm.
The ooze
Cool.
slightly like just melts away down south.
All right, I'll regain my channel divinity at least through a short rest.
yeah, I don't get anything from a short rest.
That's all I got in me. I'm out of hit dice.
Where did the Revenant say like his party members went? Wasn't that
North.
northeast?
Past the vampires.
Oh, that way north. Okay, I thought like at the obelisk, but no.
No. Past the fake vampires.
Well, we can always just, instead of taking a short rest, we can just head back up. If Yorgos is spent on hit dice, and he's still not at full hit points, that way you don't have to spend your 2 hit dice. Right now, you can keep those because you don't get back all 5 hit dice after a long
That's
rest.
true.
Yeah, you only get half back. Do you get 2 or 3 back? Is it rounded up or down?
I would have to look. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So better for you to not have
Yeah.
spent those. Let's just go up, spend the gold piece, take the long rest.
All right, you are going to move towards the exit.
Yep.
Okie doke. You can start moving towards the exit.
That's Beldas that you moved, Grimith.
He rushes forward. No, Beldas don't.
As you move there, stop.
Mhm.
The double doors in front of you smash open.
Oh.
Good
And you see quite a sight actually. Let's see if anything that I want.
The dragon full of tentacles.
Tenta dragon. Yeah, the doors smash open, and a hacked and scarred robotic creature stand before you.
Oh.
It looks at you, and whatever like gleaming like soul or whatever powers this thing inside its helmet like locks immediately at Taerin, and it raises its arm threateningly and will go to initiative.
All right.
All right.
I assume as we were traveling, maybe we were slightly more together.
No.
No. Okay.
It is how it is.
19. Sweet. I rolled a 20 on that.
I rolled a 7.
Let's see. For some reason, the
Oh, no,
macros
my
are
initiative
gone from
is-
this. Hang on. Give me 1 second.
This
I wanna
is
go
not
to
a
my...
two-headed king.
No.
It's a potato.
I go to my monster vault and do a little thingy thing.
Uh-oh.
Add template of vampire.
Mhm.
Elder vampire. There we go. Ignore that if you can. I don't know why this didn't work properly.
Hang on while it's
Oh,
there. I'm just gonna clear my chat. I don't see that.
All right.
Oh.
Whoop.
Whoop.
Yeah, Taerin is the first to act at this creature.
Remarkable, really. The door like trembles, like blows open. He calls back, I suppose, as Sentinel, construct. And I think, you know, he is brave, but he's not foolhardy. He looks at himself, he's isolated, there's a corner there. There might be like an entire armada of those damn things. I think he'll No, I'm not gonna bother fucking with the javelin because not then I'll have to draw my sword again. I think he's just gonna move back.
All right.
He'll move there, and then he will use his action to steal himself. I end my turn.
You can hear like a weird, scrapey metallic sound coming from the the robotic creature as you retreat. Taerin almost thinks it sounds like a sort of a triumphant laugh or guffaw or something coming from it. Yeah, as if it is mocking his retreat. Snapping branch.
Like, I feel like around this corner is a pretty good spot currently.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I'm just gonna stay here and see what happens.
It would have been great if we had been running from the cube at top speed and ran right into that. That would have been funny.
Oh boy.
Yes, that would have been quite amusing, wouldn't it? Eleran?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I think I'm just going to come over here. You know, I heard Taerin making noises and running back.
I certainly did say something.
I expect horrible things, so I don't want to be clumped up together. And I guess I will prepare a shot at the first creature to attack an ally.
Okay.
That'll be it.
Yorgos.
Here, ready the halberd to defend his dwarven ally.
Okay then.
I will. Can I prepare an attack?
Yes.
It will consume your reaction by the looks of things.
I mean, in that case, it's basically the same
Basically the same.
situation.
All right. That's
But I can't really. I'm not going to run up to it and then leave everyone back here.
It launches a fireball.
the creature stomps around here and turns the corner, looks at you, raises its arms, and starts doing a series of strange motions.
Is it seriously about to cast fireball?
It waves its arms, it clicks its fingers, and then it does like sort of an aha motion, and nothing happens.
It's an illusion.
Taerin.
It is not real. Or kill it.
Well,
We'll save to believe if it's real or not.
It did smash open the doors.
yeah,
seemingly.
yes. It most certainly smashed open the doors in front of Taerin, so the insistence that it's not real seems kind of dumb to him, and he has 8 intelligence. Well, it's not in my range for me to move. There's no charge action in this game. If it can lob spells, maybe we can get the Shield Guardian down here and then pincer attack it, he thinks to himself. So he goes around the corner, uses his action again to wonder what the hell that Yorgos meant about an illusion in his turn.
Snapping branch.
I have an idea.
We'll put Zeolot back in the closet.
Why did my first reaction to you saying that was, uh-oh?
So ball bearings, right?
Yeah.
She will use her. Actually, no, it would be too obvious. No, I can't do this. But she will prove to Yorgos that this thing is not just an illusion by lobbing a ball bearing at it.
right.
I'll give you an attack roll. How about that? What is my bonus?
It would be great if you made the Shield Guardian
Wow.
fall prone.
Wow.
Yeah, but just pouring out ball bearings right in front of it would be a bit like
Well, I mean, it's a construct, right? Surely it couldn't be that smart.
it doesn't act like a typical construct, though, does it?
I mean, it did just try and. I don't
Listen,
know,
this is
cast
Dungeons and
magic.
Dragons 5th edition. I have no fucking clue what I'm seeing.
The ball bearings hit the shield guardian. As they do, he does another like aha motion. Can I get like an intelligence check from Snapping Branch?
Okay. I don't know what I'm seeing, and I'm afraid.
I know.
21.
She recognized sort of this motion, similar to what Beldas has done when he has cast shield when he has been attacked.
It appears this creature is using a very strange motion to cast protective spells.
You did not see a shield shimmer into existence, however.
Or perhaps trying to, but failing. Well, she's not going to do anything. See what arrows do. Why don't you?
See what arrows do.
You know, it's the scientific method. You escalate slowly until things break.
Escalate slowly until
That can
things
include our
break.
bone.
Eleran.
I mean, nah, he's not reckless enough to shoot at something that hasn't actually attacked us yet.
All right.
So I'll prepare the same action to shoot the first creature to harm an ally.
First creature to harm an ally. All right.
Mhm.
Yorgos.
Well, if he had more than half his health, he might go and charge the thing, but he doesn't. So he's going to be a little more cautious right now because he could just die. Considering the two paths he could get stuck in, he would rather get stuck in the one that might have a portal in it. So we'll go over here.
All right then. All right. The shield guardian will mutter something to itself. It's hard to see here really. It's just a sort of a robotic tinny like rah rah rah. And then he'll do another very intricate series of motions and then snap its finger in a very dramatic fashion. Then it would nod to itself and stomp off this corridor.
Alright, Eleran's composure's a little broken here. He's just going to look to the group and say, what the fuck just happened?
You can
Nothing.
hear it
Nothing
loudly
happened.
stomping off down the corridor.
Perhaps we should follow it?
We're still in initiative?
No.
Okay.
Taerin
Taerin
is
says,
gonna chase the thing.
Taerin has no interest and goes the opposite direction.
Like, at least to like this corner here. If it continues further, then it might not be.
Oh yes, it does indeed seem to continue further.
Well,
It seems to be mumbling to itself as it walks away. Although you never heard a construct actually mumbling.
I mean, we just
I am
came from
so
here.
curious. I'm so curious, but as my character wouldn't want to be anywhere near that thing.
It seemed to have pulled itself through this like corridor here.
I mean, it easily could have gone through the doors,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and taken the other route. The one that we never took. Through the mirrors.
Yeah, I think Snapping Branch is gonna chase it and see what it's up to.
We're just gonna look to the splitting party, you know, one way, the other way.
How long does she chase it?
Like,
Depends on where it goes.
At least to like the obelisk.
Okay.
Like
Sure.
quite a distance. She's quick, she's nimble, she's trying to stay unseen. If shit happens, she's fairly confident she can get out of it.
I don't.
Alright, then.
I don't intend to wait, Jonas. If I'll.
Yeah,
I'm leaving.
Taerin can leave. There's nothing else going to oppose him on the back.
Yorgos will stay with Stabbing Branch. He's
Uh,
wounded, hurt,
fuck.
in the fight, but he's not
Snaprush, you can move here.
down for a fight.
Alright. Maybe Snapping Branch will hand Yorgos like one of the tinctures or whatever she carries.
Tinctures?
Like the usage of a healer's kit.
The heal bomb.
Heal
Oh,
bomb.
become proficient, but
It's like one of those adrenaline syringes from the rock.
Yeah.
You stab it into your heart and you'll feel better.
You can get a d6 plus 9 hit points.
As Snapping Branch looks like follows the construct around the corner, she does see. Let's see. It suddenly stops in front of the like stone fresque here in the alcove. It does a very stiff and formal military salute, and it seems to hold that pose for a good minute or two. Yeah.
And then
And then it continues stomping off the corridor.
I don't
we
get
can
it.
take it.
I don't think we should, but then
We can do it.
is it do it now? You know, that's what my character would do. Let's go.
You notice that the door around the corner there is smashed open as well. And you can hear it going north.
Let's take a extra look at this thing. What was this again?
That was a stone fresque.
Yep,
That was like
a bas
mounted on the
relief.
thing.
It said, "Gaze upon me with a bronzed face, and secret shall I reveal." It was
Yeah,
a bas
I think
relief of a heavy-set man.
Yeah.
There was also a very strong conjuration magic coming from it.
Mm-hmm. All right. And like a harp or something.
Yes, it was a fat man playing a harp. The shield guardian seems to stomp around up here. Once it sees the corpses of the bugbears and goblins that you have left behind here, it acts absolutely shocked. Shakes its head, rushes forward at full speed, and starts picking up the pieces very carefully and putting them like in a little pile to the side. This seems to go on for quite a while.
So far, this pursuit for answers has just raised more questions.
What
Yes,
if we break it? Take a look.
I didn't seem hostile. It simply defended itself. It doesn't act like I would assume a person would, although it acts
Yorgos will
awfully
step out of
close.
cover and yell at it. You!
it seems it doesn't seem to hear him or recognize him particularly. It is absolutely focused at cleaning up this mess in front of it.
Hello?
It is seemingly shaking its head as
Like-
it does.
Do you need a hand?
Just putting bodies neatly in piles.
I suppose something has to be make sure this place is not just a pile of carrion. But-
Maybe.
Does it have candles on it?
Not that you can see, but it does have like hatches and things in it. It might be candles in there.
Oh, hatches. Okay. He looks to... It seems not to notice us right now. Perhaps you could take a look inside one of the hatches.
That seems awfully dangerous.
And yet,
And yet I don't see you
She-
moving away.
She considers, then eventually shakes her head. While answers would be helpful, I would not think that they are worth the risk. I do not think it stores anything worth value inside, and even if it did, it would likely defend itself. Then I would rather not risk it. I was hoping it
oh,
would
you
lead
snatched
us.
that man's purse. I'm sure he didn't notice. Perhaps you could do the same here.
I think a scared coward is very different to a construct twice my size.
If he gets mad, we'll just break it.
It seems our companions have had different ideas, and I would rather not face it with just the two of us.
We cannot blame them for what they choose to do. We can do this. If nothing else, I believe we're both faster than it. If we need to retreat temporarily.
No. There's just not enough good that I see coming from this. I think we should leave it alone. If it is a cleaner of the dungeon, then perhaps whatever rests in the dungeon would get upset if we destroyed it. We are here for the dungeon's purpose, which is to be explored, not to wreck its ecosystem.
Frowns.
Think of every murdered Grick. Not here to wreck its ecosystem.
There's a lot of dead creatures here. That's
I mean, they were obstacles, not,
it's not an ecosystem, it's an obstacle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're only predators looking for food and to defend their territory. The obstacle.
I would consider this creature to be on a similar level as the potential teleportation mirror. Smashing it
Nods.
would be quite rude.
But if we broke all the other people.
Yes, but they had obvious hostile intent and or were guarding things we were interested in.
Yorgos looks at the thing. It is just cleaning. It's not really the most menacing of creatures.
Not currently, no.
And they seem to fuddle and be unable to cast magic, so. Tempest does say to not warn those who are defenseless, simply take what you desire from them, so.
Well,
Yeah.
if he's simply going to take
It
what he
looks at the
desires,
thing.
then we'll go there. Open the
Doesn't
hatch,
really
right?
seem to be anything of obvious need for him. No halberd, doesn't have a half
No.
blight, so.
No, doesn't seem to carry a halberd.
He'll shrug, slightly a little disappointed, and he'll begin tracking back.
Hmm.
It has been a long day.
It has.
I would say we return to the surface.
Alright, you can return to the surface.
Hey, old one gold piece time.
Yep, everyone pays a gold piece, and you can return up to the old portal. And I will remove your old tokens from up here, because they are now obsolete.
Don't delete mine.
Okay.
Because I already deleted myself off the dungeon map.
Oops. Well, alright then.
Well,
I will delete your old ones. Now. There we go.
Rip.
If you deleted me there, I would have ceased to exist.
No. Yes. As you retreat back up, there are some sporadic cheers. People recognizing you coming back up for, I believe, the second time.
Yeah.
All in in functioning condition.
Yeah, everyone in functioning condition, it seems. Let's bring poor Beldas up as well.
No, he stays still.
In the closet.
There he is. Yeah, everyone looks you over to see if anyone is horribly maimed or murdered. No one seems dead though, so there's no bets currently being paid and such. But you get a nod and a cheer and a bit of a flourish from Matrim Three Strings as he sees you come back up. And he seemingly starts to move out here on the rug to start a congratulatory performance, but gets a fairly savage grunt from Brock Bonebreaker in the corner and mumbles a little bit and sits back down again, muttering to himself. While Brock gives him the quite the stink eye. As far as anyone else concerned, you are just a couple of new patrons arrived at the bar.
Gonna have a drink, some food,
Taerin says,
sleep. I mean,
Certainly.
I would prefer not to go back in there immediately tomorrow. I have a few affairs to take care of in Waterdeep.
circumstances. I don't think the place is going anywhere.
Good. I will see you all the day after.
As Taerin starts to leave, Durnan will give him a nod. as
Yeah.
he passes.
Taerin will nod at Durnan. Shake his head. Gotta go fix his beard, man. It's important.
Yeah, he sort of looks. He's like, yeah, he knows. He knows that Taerin likes his beard. It's a shame. Shame what happened.
It's a good beard.
That's why he keeps it so short. You know, God forbid any tentacle beak creatures pick at it and rip it off. These are things they don't talk about in high fantasy.
Yeah. The dwarven Longbeard who has collected his beard for 100 years is sort of cut off. I mean, you're like, oh god.
That's
the
why he
shame.
keeps it short, and this shit still happens.
The shame of it all. Durna will, take orders for anyone who wants to buy stuff from him. He's certainly eager to see you spend some of the gold that you have collected from the dungeon.
I haven't even collected that much, really.
I'd like the 2 gems.
We
And
have
what the guy had.
If you kids wanna divide up, we can. We'll just have to tell Valky. Okay, so we have the 156 gold pieces of bugbear treasures, which is an odd assortment of kit.
Mhm.
We have a 10 gold piece pocket mirror, or it's a compact, so it was like a makeup kit. And then we have the 2 zircons, the 50 gold piece each gems.
So what, 260?
We have a day to basically translate all that into gold pieces.
There is actually a cleric of Joaquin sitting here.
Oh, amazing.
She is keen to do business with you.
He's well keen to do business.
Oh,
Indeed.
get out.
Thank you.
And that would be 266 gold piece shekel buck dollary dude.
So that would be 50 each, and we can keep 16 in the pile.
Yeah.
To not get into silver pieces.
Oh, can I?
Silver pieces.
Oh, no, I can't prove that. That
He died
Haleth
first.
died first.
I feel like this is bad sportsmanship.
And
Damn it.
is undead really dead? I
Yes.
don't know. There could be some arguments here.
There'll be arguments. It's fine. I'll let it slide
Rules lying.
for
everyone
now.
In my homeland, they would hang you for less.
I am a prince.
Thievery, I say.
That too.
I don't think, other than Beldas, I don't think Eleran told anybody he was actually a prince. He definitely didn't shout it out.
Lady Ghost called you Dark Prince. That could also just mean that you're
Prince
like,
of Darkness or something like that, yeah.
Prince of Darkness, she called him,
Mm-hmm.
I should write that.
yeah. You should write that down. Yorgos makes a note in his book. Prince of Darkness.
Oh, there's Yorgos, the once defender of this place, now come to invade it. She's like, that's pretty right. And there's the servant of Demogorgon, the elf who masquerades as a good person, but terrible monster. Oh,
Oh, okay.
Who has the blackest, the darkest of souls.
blackest of hearts.
They call him Eleran Death Star. That's
Yes, because Moonstar is.
Yeah. What
It's
does it do?
much
It does
better.
death.
The future butcher of Waterdeep.
The once a future butcher.
Hmm.
Is hooded figure new?
Is hooded
Hmm.
figure new?
Let's ask him. Hey,
Hmm.
you like brooding? Me too.
Hmm.
Actually, he should be over here.
Oh, I was zoomed into his eye.
That's even more
Where
ominous.
is it? Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about, Chip.
that's very ominous.
It's just an old dragonborn sitting there.
Most trustworthy.
Yeah, he strokes his beard very thoughtfully.
I mean, I can't think of a reason for Eleran to go over there. I can't.
You just approach every random tavern
I
person.
can't.
trying
Yeah.
like deliver like a pickup line. Hey,
I can't.
Hey, what are you looking for?
Fellow
Hello,
connoisseur
Moonstar,
of
hello,
brooding.
Prince. I'm looking to claim my heritage right now, and if you support me with 1,000 gold pieces, I'll pay back that 10,000 when I take my throne.
Wow.
Try not to. It'll work out
send me your
somehow.
routing number.
If I take my
It will be a
throne,
waste
then
of money not to spend.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. As much as I'm interested, my character is not.
Well, that is fair enough.
You know, if Valdo's still here, I think Yorgos will eat his food and then migrate over to over here.
Wallows food?
No, his own. Go eat
Yes, eat
food.
Volo's food.
Just go and like dominate him, like eat his food, look in his eyes.
Don't you get
Who are you? Nerd.
Eat
What
his
you
food.
got?
Oh,
You got a
amazing.
book? Oh, he likes stories.
So
Sure.
the image was just too funny. I'll mute myself.
It is a great image of Yorgos just
Well,
walking over.
As Yorgos moves closer to Volo, he will look up from whatever he's writing and says, "Oh, well, hello there, Yorgos. Yes, yes,
You know.
quite. Yes, I do say." He sort of leans over a little bit, puts out his pipe, puts it next to him, and says, It is quite rare to see one of your species not a bloodthirsty maniac. I have to say." You must simply tell me how you have somehow escaped that fate.
He sort of quickly says, I am, well, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure. I remember once, at some point, I don't know exactly when, I was picked up by this, well, he sort of gestures downwards. You know, floor, that seems to be the same enough. They call him Hallister.
Oh, yes.
I've been defending a room down there for who knows how long. There's really no way to tell the days. Until one day, I came into possession of a book. He holds up the little Book of Tempest. And I had not much to do, so I read it quite a few times. Well, decided that perhaps it was time to not simply wait for things to happen, but to make them happen.
Well,
Long I ended up here.
That's quite a curious story. Yes. How odd. You must be from far away then, I suppose. Although, unless there was known to travel the plains, so to speak. He waves a hand in a sort of non-committal, unspecified way. Yes, I do say. How fares your expeditions? This is the second time you have come up, and you seem, at least you, seem to be in better condition than you were last time, if you pardon me saying so.
He looks out into nothingness, staring for a moment. Yes. There's a lot of tentacles down there.
Volo nods and says, "Yes, I have. I believe I've heard something of the sort."
Yeah. Might be going to find a cream tomorrow.
Yes, you do look a little bit burned, I must say. Are you quite all right?
Yes, it'll be fine. I've had worse. But enough about me, uninteresting. Now, you, however, have experienced many things. I was hoping perhaps she looks at the book being like scribed. She's like, a little disappointed. Perhaps if there was time tonight, you might regale me with one of your tales.
Oh, Bolo smiles and says, "Of course, Yorgos. I would be absolutely delighted to tell you one of my tales. Please, please." He indicates the chair, like the more like comfy chair next to him. Well then, he like starts letting it, like picking his pipe again, and says, "What type of story would you like?"
Something about fierce beasts and interesting facts. Perhaps heroics.
Well, well, well. Do I have a tale for you? Volo leans forward. There was once a age in this world called the Time of Troubles. A time where the gods took human form and walked the earth to, well, do whatever inscrutable things that gods do when they war against each other. It was a time of evil. And among all of this, there was the god of murder, Baal, as Volo will continue to regale Yorgos of the saga of the Baal spawn and the many wars and deeds they did in service of their father, and how one in particular seemingly rose above the wall to, become, well, what did he become? As the story sort of goes on. It is a long tale, certainly filled with heroics, great battles, amazing beasts, betrayal, love, all the really great things. And Volo is a quite renowned storyteller, and will go on for as long as he is able, more or less, unless someone stops him.
Lucas cries, listens,
Yeah.
rages, whole swath of emotions.
Yes, there are so many things. Tales like
Quite a
names.
classic.
Yeah, it is a classic, in fact.
No, yeah, Yorgos loves this kind of story. The war of gods. I mean, what could be more divine?
Indeed, indeed.
Just he just wishes he was there.
Ah, yeah, no, it was the when Volo comes to the taking of Saradush by one of the ball spawn and stuff. It is raining fire from the skies, giants and dragons, and it's just it is an amazing story.
Huh. Yeah, I mean that's what Yorgos is going to do until the others want him to go down again. He rather enjoys it. I mean, he has a comfortable lifestyle here, which means he has food, he has drink, room.
Yep.
There's a comfortable chair next to a wonderful storyteller. He seems to love telling stories. Well, he loves to hear them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, buying Roller around to keep him up for a little longer.
Going. Oh yeah, no, for sure. Let me see here. Yes. Let me something very quickly, because Volo has a lot of stories to tell.
Oh, definitely. Well, this one seems like it would take a while.
Oh, it goes on like, I don't know, 60 hours at least. Can you roll me a d20?
That I can do.
12. Yeah. Volo does, like, he goes on in the stories, and there's a lot of tales of sorcery, dragons, gods, all of these things. But here and there he does like come back to like the place you are, to Undermountain itself, And he will let slip a little rumor to Yorgos, like in the midst of the storytelling here, because he will lean forward and confidently say in a sort of theater whisper that rumor has it that it is there is actually a wizards academy that has opened in recent years somewhere in Undermountain. It is not known exactly who runs the academy, but Volo guesses that it might be one of Hallister's old apprentices, or maybe Hallister himself, if he still lives. But Volo has noticed that a lot of spellcasters and mages have been drawn down into Undermountain in recent years. There is quite fewer spellcasters in Waterdeep, like up in the city, than normal, because they all seem to migrate down into Undermountain. Because what wizard wouldn't want to glimpse all the amazing power that surely rests in the depths of Undermountain, right?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yorgos absorbs the fact, probably without thinking too deeply about it.
Yes. All right then. Does anyone else want to do anything particular in the tavern while Yorgos is absorbed with stories?
I think as a party of greenhorns who has returned twice now, it's time to enjoy our fame and mingle a bit.
There you go.
Are you going over? Are you going over?
Over where?
To...
Oh no, not to their specific. I can't argue for that, even though I want to. Just like in general, to the more talkative patrons here.
You just like ease up to the table to the north of you. Howdy!
Have you heard I was done that twice?
Are you one of the adventuring kids? I too am an adventurer.
So basically, she's like gonna pick the group of patrons that seem to cheer on them most often and most intensely, and talk about their exploits, buy them a drink and those kinds of things.
All right. You can certainly buy drinks. Durnan is quite happy to buy drinks. Let's see here. Sorry, who was you buying the drinks for again?
Just random patrons, really.
Random patrons. Okie doke. Certainly. Snapping Branch is quickly surrounded by friends, in quotation marks, who likes to ply her for what amazing adventures you've had, and look at all these rich things you have brought back. Amazing, isn't it? How deep did you go into the level? What was the most ferocious thing you found, etc.?
Yeah, that's about as far as I've planned.
All right then.
There's no nefarious ulterior motives, oddly enough.
Well, yeah. Eleran does anything, or is he just brooding at his table?
No, I think anything more than a cursory glance around everyone. He's probably just going to enjoy a few drinks and then head to bed. He's kind of tired. He's only got a spell slot in first and second level, so
Alright.
pretty tired.
Then, as the party takes a long rest in the comforts of the Yawning Portal, I think we will end the session.
Alright.
Yeah. When we return next time, you will all have had a long rest.
Right?
Hmm?
2 long rests.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Usually
You're
point
waiting. You're waiting a day. Certainly, 2 long rests.
Yeah.
And we can, continue from there.
Are we playing next on the 4th? The new year?
Yes, that is correct.
Stay on the 4th.
The last session of 2019.
Yes.
Last
Yes, it is.
session of 2019.
Last
Last session
Amazing.
of this decade.
What
Oh,
solid
when you say it like that.
it is.
You know, if I said that, I think our channel started in 2012, I want to say.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It's true. Well,
Make you two feel to be YouTube old.
YouTube old.
back in my day,
We
there
used to
were
be popular.
there was 2 YouTube channels I followed.
Just
One
they called it.
was Kikoskia, and the other one was Grimth. And that's pretty much it back in those days. Kikoskia because he had a playthrough of Beneath a Steel Sky, which is how I discovered Let's Playing was even a thing. And once I started, like, I discovered I was sort of watching everything. Oh, I actually had a third. I had Necroscope, who is now gone. I think he deleted his account a while back. But yeah, Necroscope, Kikoskia, and Grimmeth. That was like the 3 things I like rotated between.
I believe you were on a sick day when you saw the video I had uploaded for the Age of Darkness campaign that
Yeah.
the group was looking for a new